Suck our dicks! Yeah! Suck our dicks! Suck our dicks! Suck our dicks! Suck our dicks! Yeah! Suck our dicks! Suck our dicks! Suck our dicks!
Well, woman I love is named Ramona. She kinda looks like Tempest Storm, and she can dance like a little Egypt. She works down the Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, it pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Ramona's got a keen sense of humor. She got a tattoo down her arm. It's of a python eating a little mouse, wearing a sailor hat that says Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, it pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. I asked Ramona how come she works there. She says, well, it's got its charm. There's nothing to do in the winter now, then some kid gets bit at Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, it pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention something. This is a sing-along. Really. It goes Snake Farm, just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. It ain't exactly kumbaya, but being the music fog, it ought to be perfect. Help me now, be on TV. It said Snake Farm, just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Getting into it now. Well, Ramona likes malt liquor and a band from Wales that's called The Alarm. She said she cried when they broke up. She still plays the record that's a Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Sometimes Ramona calls me up and says, come on down here, it's getting warm. And she runs everybody off, and we, it's Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, it pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Help me now. I said Snake Farm, just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, it pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm.
Unlock my phone and watch the world die. They crying to God while they run for their lives. Blood in the streets, bombs in the sky. Goodbye. I hope you had dreams come true. I hope they see in their crosshairs what I see in you. And I hope and I pray, 'cause it's all I can do. I don't understand who is good or bad. They don't care as long as you got oil sands. We need something fast, we need something bad. More than guns and tanks. Where is Superman? Oh, where is Superman? Superman. I turn on the news and watch the world fight. Thousands of men making widows of wives. I'll be home soon, walked off in the night. Goodbye, I will remember you. I know it's shoot or be shot and they're men just like you, but I hope and I pray, 'cause that's all I can do. I don't understand who is good or bad. They don't care as long as you got oil sands. We need something fast, we need something bad, more than guns and tanks. Where is Superman? Oh, where is Superman? Oh, where is Superman? Soon you won't need a TV or an iPhone to see, because you will look out the window.
Fucking asshole. Fucking asshole.
I don't understand who is
You
good
know
or
that
bad.
Donna-
They don't care as long as you got oil sands. We need something fast, we need something bad, more than guns and tanks. Where is Superman? Oh, where is Superman? Oh, where is Superman?
I'm curious like a cat.
Get in here, Trey.
Squanch!
What a Monday morning hype train.
Oh my God!
What you beg for?
You bastard!
I'm gonna put my nutsack on your drum set.
Traps are crabbing, 69 months, squanching in here.
T-Town bring some wood.
Cluster!
Fucking asshole.
Cluster!
Brent's Nevada Landed.
Cluster! Fuck you! That's my
How many was that? 61 months, 61 months.
heard in radio.
Jim F. 1979, 65 months. That's dedication right there, man. EW Rick, 63 months.
Yeah.
Some deep mofos. Some deep dedicated mofos in the house.
We're getting bumped up in the middle of a rock and roll set.
I don't even know what he says. I have no idea. I want to know what Mom heard with her headphones off when I did that. Kevin J. 1,000 bits. Level 3 hype train. Kevin J. 1,000 bits. Snookman. 64 months. Holy crap. Come out to play. Sean Raz gifted 5 tier 1 subs. He's gifted 124.
Thank you, Sean.
Thanks. He's making up for some of the bad Karens. Oh, no, did I say that?
Are you having a laugh? Are you having a laugh?
John Raz.
A laugh.
John,
Are you having a laugh?
John Raz gifting subs from the middle of the Caribbean, I'm sure. Hype Train 80% level 3.
Yeah.
Big Kahuna 500 bits.
Full hands.
Dave Primavera 400 bits. Check that 500. Level 3 Hype Train 80% already.
Brent's Nevada Landing says stuck in the middle of a railroad track. That's what that says.
Oh, I thought he was stuck in the middle. I was like, let's help him out. Call somebody. Cheer some bits before the train hits you.
Yeah,
Quickly.
it's all over for you. Cheer it all.
Leave us everything.
Yes, everything. You didn't make a will. Save your family the fighting. Give it all to us.
Do you have a tractor by chance?
Come over to my house and fuck my sister.
Trace,
Quarantine and like
Tucson chick says, does Trace weigh 200?
I might.
Oh, my
I
Lord.
might.
Oh,
all
my
muscle.
Lord.
All muscle.
Oh, you've been working out.
You know it is.
Until Friday, I went 13 days with at least half-ass working out in a row.
Yeah, that's a start,
10
buddy.
push-ups and 10 curls.
That's where it starts.
At the least.
That's where it starts. Good for you, buddy. 80%. Level 3. 3 minutes left on an early morning hype train.
Since Friday, it hasn't been so well.
Since Friday.
He's just been on a drinking binge.
Drinking and eating binge, I'm sure.
I was caught in the middle of a railroad track.
That it?
That's what he said. In the middle of, stuck in the middle of a railroad track.
I always thought it was something like, I was like, rock and roll attack. I had no idea. That's what I thought he said. And I would always mumble it like everybody else.
In the middle of a rock and roll track.
Sounds like railroad track.
Sounded like it.
Prince Nevada landed.
T-Town brings the wood.
1,000 bits, completing level 3.
And now he's dead.
Level 4, 10% on a Monday morning hype train starting the new year. We got 14 days.
With my schlicky slumber.
Man, that Strimmel.
This has got a Strimmel's
Tight on
quality.
the
That's a quality.
Oh, hello, sailor.
Squanch.
It's a
He
quality
is the funniest
hat.
guy I think I've ever heard.
It feels quality. It's keeping me warm.
You got to
Nice and
start,
cozy
you gotta
over
start
here.
wearing it now that it's going to get cold. Man, it might rain a
Yeah,
little
you
bit
can wear it.
later.
You can wear that now, legit.
Right?
Yeah.
Keep your ears warm. So we still got a level 4 hype train. 4.5 minutes left. 11%.
50 bits, Brent Nevada-Landy's still
Gosh,
alive.
it's
I guess he wasn't on the, didn't get hit by the train yet.
The one of the AC/DC songs. Which one is it? Is like
What's up,
I think it's,
Midwest Monroe?
Midwest Monroe shook me all night long. And he just goes,
Season ticket on a one-way ride.
I thought he said a bad word on the second one, like a racial slur.
Season ticket on a one-way.
I never could hear it. Until I looked it up. Once we got the internet, and you could finally tell what
Once
people
we
were.
got the internet.
Tell what people were saying.
4 years ago.
Once I figured out how to go on the internet and look up song lyrics.
I can't figure out what racial slur you thought it was.
Yeah,
I can't
the
either.
worst one ever. We'll keep it vague like that. Everybody knows what.
Is that the worst one? They throw it around a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's worse ones. I'm sure there's. Well, we're not going to get into it.
I don't know.
I'd like to know what bad racial slurs are from every country. Like, because everybody's racist. It's only Americans that aren't allowed to be.
Well,
but-
we did a lot of bad things. That's
not-
why the racial slur
Yeah, but a lot of
is worse.
But they are against other people too, not just us. So I'd like to know, in Europe, what's their racial slurs, or in Germany, who is their most hated, with the racial slurs.
I'm curious like a cat.
And are they allowed to use racial slurs in these other countries, or do they quash them like they do here?
I don't know how racial it is. Like, I'm sure in Bosnia, you hate the Serbs. I mean, they went to war. They hate each other.
Yeah.
So what
Dirty
do you?
Serbs.
So what kind of dirty Serb word are you using? What kind of?
Right. What's their racial
I've-
slurs?
I've
And
bet-
what's their racial slurs against us? They all hate us. And what is, in Iraq or Iran and places like that, they hate people.
The white
There's
devil.
Some
Yeah.
Spanish people hate other Spanish, they don't like Puerto Ricans. And they
there's-
don't like,
Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Cubans. It's a
Yeah.
whole infighting
I
deal.
think they call each other names.
They hate.
Cheers some bits for the white devil.
What are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Just saying.
Maybe your Stremmel is cutting down on the bits. Craig.
I don't think it is.
It's kind of got a bad connotation right now.
Tonight.
Man.
It's just a cool hat.
And nobody knows what it is.
Something has happened where.
What happened?
No,
Brad?
nothing bad. Where, like, I think it was Snookman that just said, in Australia or whatever, they call everyone cunts, which,
Yeah,
But, and it held it. The auto mod held it,
Yeah.
and I have to either allow it or deny it.
Yeah.
And for the last month, it's like everything I allow, I hit allow, and it just goes away instead of posting it. So I don't know what the hell
I don't know
is
what that
happening
means.
with that.
They don't want the new policy. They don't allow nothing bad. Everything got to be
You
nice
know-
and nice
Right?
and nice.
You
Am
know
I
how
not
you-
allowed to okay
1 minute
that?
left on the hype train.
on.
Somebody that's sitting on their bits. They're sandbagging to wait till the last second, Trace, to really surprise you.
Yeah,
really get you where you need to be.
Get me where I need to be.
What were you saying?
I was saying I've messed up, and after like hanging out,
Thank you for the hype train.
hanging out with my friends and stuff, and looked like a real asshole to Lauren before by calling her a bitch, but I was trying to call her a pussy. You know what I mean? Like I was like,
Oh, yeah,
you won't do that, or
Yeah.
she would, didn't want to take a shot or something. I was like, don't be a bitch, and it just like the way it came off, I was like, I mean, a pussy. It just came off wrong. I was like, I wasn't calling my wife a bitch.
Perfectly acceptable use of the term bitch there, right there. No heat at all. But you see the Bucks game yesterday?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Yeah. What about it? What?
the Bucks game ruined my day for like it was so terrible. First I woke up a little bit late. Around like 11, and I was like, I'm not gonna ask anybody to do anything. I'll see if anybody asks me. Nobody asked me. No, I don't have any friends. And so I was like, I'm going to go by myself to Beef O'Brady's to watch the game. And I went up there, and I was like, can I get 6 extra crispy wings? And I meant
Go
to,
by yourself?
yeah, but like a real loser. And I got a soda water and 6 extra crispy wings. And I get them, and they're all drums.
Boo.
They're all they're all mutilated drums.
Yeah.
That don't
That look
and
like
they're-
mutant wings.
and
mutant
they're all
chickens.
super soggy.
What
And
the
I
hell
just
is wrong
said,
with people?
can I get the bill? And I just paid for them and left them there
Wow.
untouched.
You really showed them.
I know. I did that. I went out to my car and was like, well, this sucks. Like, who did I
That's-
prove to anybody anything? And I went back in and sat down for one more minute, and I was like, well, this is even more embarrassing. I'm leaving.
Why did you pay for them?
I don't know. And Lauren was even like, why didn't you send him back and try and get him better? I was like, I know how that works.
Yeah,
at
that don't
Peeps.
work out.
That's, that never works out.
I wouldn't have done that, but I would have said I'm not. I just asked for these extra crispy, and they're not at all. So I'm not paying for them.
At this point, I was considering going across the street to the China Walk and getting wings from there and bringing them back into Beeves.
That's the plan right there.
That's what I should have done. But I ended up going to a place called Lollygaggers.
Oh boy.
Which kind of sounds like a cocksuckers or something, right? Are they going to be naked? Is it like a strip club / swing? It wasn't. And they
drank his life away.
And they had really, really good wings. was pretty-
Lollygaggers.
It all worked out
But-
for you. If
it was-
beef's wings had been good, you wouldn't know about lollygaggers.
I know, but it was close to the villages. So to get the fucking Bucks game on was almost impossible. I sat at the bar, and it was all New York and fucking New England because it's a bunch of people from the fucking villages. So I had to sit backwards at the bar and watch the TV behind me. So it felt like a weirdo, And at the finally at the end, when I was getting, because I kept missing everything because I'm eating my wings.
Why
and
don't
then
you go sit somewhere else?
Well, it was an 8 top was the only thing. So I had to feel like a more fucking. Can you feel like a bigger fucking loser than sitting at a fucking 8 top by your goddamn self?
that'd be awesome.
But I did, and I went over and sat in an 8 top and watched the Bucks game by myself at my 8-top table. I was like, God.
Wow.
Like a,
You just come over here and watch it, buddy.
I know. It was only 20 minutes away from my house, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, but how long that whole ordeal?
That was a
Beef
bit.
O'Brady's and
It was a goddamn
gaggers.
ordeal. It was a goddamn ordeal. Gosh, people when I used to work at Beefs, like I think it was both of us being nice at the same time, but like thinking in our like people would be like, "Oh, you work at Beefs? They got some good wings." You know, thinking I give a fuck. And in my head, I'm just like, you have bad taste. And in their heads, they're like, oh, well, I better say something good about Beef O'Brady's because just like, food sucks.
I would never get
ass.
the wings when I went there.
I'd never get nothing from Beef O'Brady's. It all sucks ass.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it hadn't been good the last.
How does that franchise...
They've changed up their menu, you know. They trying to.
They advertise. You'll see it during football games. They got specials and stuff, and I'm just like, that.
You know,
been there plenty of times and never really had a great meal.
I will never go again. I promise. I will never go again.
The only reason to go to Beefs is if it's convenient to drink beer.
Yeah,
so you can go drink beer with a few people there and have a fine time. But other than that,
You could get like French fries.
Yeah, I mean, you can get the stuff that people can't F up, like onion rings and French fries.
Yeah.
Other than that, anything else is not so much.
There's no options by my house. It was either go to Putty's or Beef O'Brady's,
used
and
to
I
get
was
their-
really hungry, so it's like Putty's doesn't
The
really
lettuce
have.
wraps were decent.
No, they weren't.
I mean,
Beef O'Brady's?
Yeah,
I didn't even know they had lettuce wrap. They
I used to get.
They weren't.
those.
I guess
I
they
don't like
could be
their
all right.
chicken ain't so much.
Yeah, any meat you get from there is not
It's
good.
a little suspect.
Yeah, the wings are even hard to make good. It's like you get a special, extra shitty brand of wings.
Really?
Yep.
That's
For,
not
you know,
good.
cheap, cost cutting. Get the cheapest wings.
Acantius, I don't know how to say that. Said no C words. That's why it didn't allow the.
No C
Maybe
word.
it wouldn't allow
It's
cunt.
not allowed.
No C words, but strippers and webcams are cool. Thanks, Twitch.
Well, you know, what are you gonna do? I mean, I'm sure it's only gonna get worse and worse. I imagine people are thinking it's gonna get better and better now that we have a new administration in 2 weeks, but it might get worse and worse. You just never know how these things are gonna go.
Ed's
I don't
Navy,
see-
5 months. Woo! Thank you, Ed's Navy.
It's Navy, 5 months. Appreciate it.
I stopped by Buddy's on my way home, but it was too early, and it was still the old crowd there, and I had to sit by Rotten Finger Lady.
What does that mean?
Rotten Finger Lady. She's got a rotten finger.
Oh, she should be at Lollygaggers.
Rotten Finger Lady.
What does that mean?
It
What is-
means her finger's rotting, and she tries to hide it. It's like her
she
pinky.
should wear gloves.
And
What is it?
sometimes she wears gloves,
Oh,
but her finger's rotting off.
What does it look like? Does it look like?
It looks like
a
you could
sore,
just
festering
clip
sore.
it off with scissors or something because it's so rotten.
Do you know why?
Do you think I asked her
I
what's
don't
with
know.
your
I
rotten
assume
finger?
Lauren spoke to her many times.
Lauren would know about the rotten finger more than I would.
Maybe
But
she's got like a dead finger.
yeah, she's got a
Ooh,
dead
dead
finger.
And
lady.
she can't afford to get it hacked off.
That's what Lauren. That's similar to what Lauren
What
said.
if can you go to the emergency room?
I'm a
like,
regular Sherlock Holmes.
can you go to the emergency room like they have to treat you, right? If it's like triage,
No, you have to get
then
you have
they-
to get somebody to chop it off for you in the parking lot of the emergency room.
Yeah, the parking lot of Buddies is more like it.
Trace would do it if he gets
Chop it
drunk,
off for pretty
drunk
cheap.
enough. Give him some limb lobbers. I'll cut it off right
Oh my God! Oh, can you imagine? Oh, that made my whole body look raw.
How'd we get on Dead Finger Lady?
He went to Buddy's.
Yeah,
He went all over town.
and went all over town.
But the Bucks, they didn't back into the playoffs. They won their game, and then the Falcons lost, so it looks even better. They're 10-7, and the Falcons 8-8.
Yeah,
But if the reverse had happened, the Bucks would be sitting at home.
Yeah,
Sitting
what,
at
what,
home.
what I had no idea which team needed to win what, or if
I saw you text me, but I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Because
How
it
about
was pretty exciting because they had to win, and and
Yeah.
it wasn't until the very end, that they pulled away.
yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Weston says finger guns in the NFL are very inappropriate.
Oh
Pew,
my
pew, pew,
God!
pew,
Did
pew,
you
pew,
see
pew.
that one? Did you see it?
Did you see?
Yeah,
He just did that.
this.
Who cares? No,
that's
does,
like more of a first down thing, right?
does anybody care about that?
And he was he was going. He was like you got two. It's like two fingers. It was just a. It wasn't a pew pew. It was a this.
Yeah, this is the same thing I got in trouble in kindergarten for in the lunchroom. Like, come on.
What? Back
What?
then, you got in trouble for that?
Yeah.
Really?
When I was 5 years old making finger guns, they said stop making finger guns.
All right, that's
Wow.
when it
I didn't
started.
get a 15-yard penalty, but
That's when it started. Then right around 2000, that's when the decline of society started.
Because of psychos, we're not allowed to do this anymore.
It's
Pew
so-
pew.
I mean, that's just I think the NFL working in concert with the government
Oh, they
to
are,
get
for sure.
people used
They're
to
one of
not
those
being able to
big-
do things because you can go pew pew all you want.
Yeah.
And if
Not
and,
in the
and if you
NFL,
and if
buddy.
you think that somebody going pew pew is going to cause somebody to do a mass shooting because they saw somebody score a touchdown and go pew pew, I mean, get the fuck out of here. It's getting pretty frustrating. To live in
Lauren
this
is
country.
saying the fingerless lady also is missing a leg. How did I not notice that?
Oh, the finger's so nasty you didn't even notice the leg. Didn't even notice it.
That's pretty crazy.
What?
Missing
Missing a leg.
How and she's there all the time, right?
Yeah.
And you don't.
I have never noticed the missing.
Like,
How
is it just like below the knee kind of deal? Maybe.
I have no idea. I've never noticed her missing leg.
Does she have crutches or a cane?
I don't know. I'm just so concerned with that finger. I don't notice anything else.
You've got a prosthetic that you can't notice. I find that hard to believe.
Yeah,
That the lady who can't afford to get her finger chopped off would have a high-end prosthetic.
Yeah. Man, she's got some weird shit going
Oh, she
on.
got some problems. See, sometimes it's good to just be thankful that we're sitting here and feeling relatively good.
Mm-hmm. Zamboner subscribed with Prime for 59 months. Thank you, Zamboner.
59 months. Thank you.
Woo!
Deep. It's deep.
So I felt like a real big loser all three places I went yesterday. Molly Gaggers was the best. I mean, how does Beef O'Brady's make it? Like, how can they not make their wings crispy? Like,
It's the cooks. They don't know what they don't know what that means.
You make wings all day long.
Well,
you
some
know?
people can't think for themselves. They only think what they're told. And if they're told, here's how long you cook wings, that's how long they cook wings. And they're like, oh, well, I burn them if I cook them longer than that. Not knowing that you want them that way. I mean,
Yeah.
God, it was always a fight. It was always a fight when I worked there. People are like, "Come on, Trace, where are them wings?" And I'm like, "I'm trying to make them crispy." And they're like, "Well, they've been down for 14 minutes. That's extra crispy in our book."
Huh.
But it's
I remember
not.
I went there too, and I told the girl, and that was like not the last time, but maybe the time before that we went. And I said, I want wings. I said, but I want them extra crispy. I even told her, I said, if they're not crispy, I can't even eat them. So please make sure they're crispy. Okay, and they came out not crispy. They
It's
don't
impossible.
care what you say.
It's impossible.
Yep.
And if you're a good restaurant that makes good wings, you should tell the people. So when they say they want them extra crispy, you go, alrighty. And right now it's 11:20, so you'll be getting those at 11:40. Just want to let you know.
Yeah.
And then that would solve everything, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Can't bitch about
Yep.
it then.
Midwest Monroe says, how's the snow for everyone? Here in the Midwest, we got about 12 to 15 inches. Crazy shit out here.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
polar.
I don't know.
Polar dip.
I don't know if we're gonna see
We
snow,
only got a
man.
couple inches, so.
We ain't gonna see snow.
I
It's
was
in the
gonna see
70s
snow.
here in
I'm
Florida.
making
Make it?
snow.
Yeah.
I'm making
Right.
snow, but it says it's gonna be.
How? What?
Oh, now it's giving me
said on
Wesley
the-
Chapel. It
it's-
was supposed to be 28. Now it's saying 34 on Wednesday.
For Webster?
Yeah,
you
but it's
sure?
usually colder than that.
you
It'll get in the 20s, maybe 29 or so.
Might be able to make some snow.
It was saying on the internets, one of the weathermen said by Tuesday it'll be in the 30s, low 30s, and then on the news last night it said like in the 40s.
Yeah, it warmed up a lot. You know, I've been checking the weather like hourly because I'm trying to make snow, and it just keeps going. Like it was supposed to be real cold a couple days, and it kind of just leveled out into all cold but not below freezing.
And they said last week they were saying to expect some of the coldest weather of the season. It's going to be like the coldest days this winter. And then they had to back it back.
Yeah,
it's
they said
it's going to be like 40. It's a big freaking deal.
Cold weather for like 14 days or something. I don't know, something like that.
It's
Lauren says that
we'll
lady
try and make it snow anyway.
That's right. Lauren says that lady has a prosthetic and wears pants.
Ah, there you go. There you go. What's it? It's going to be below 60. It's going to be in the 50s for 3 days in a row for a high. And I think that's a big deal in Florida. That rarely happens. It rarely happens that you get 3 days in a row in the 50s. And from people up north are like, well, that's a fantastic winter day. There's a high in the mid 50s.
Yep. Snookman says don't get wings anywhere. They suck. Make them at home yourself for quarter of the price.
I gotta admit that your mom's wings, she never misses.
Yeah,
they're
pretty
always
good.
crispy, and she blackens them. And I love buffalo wings, but a lot of times I'll just eat your mom's wings.
Sounds weird, bro.
I don't know why that sounded weird. It's wings. It's not it wasn't your mom's melons or something like that.
Through my head too. I was like, that's weird. Everybody that heard it went, that's weird.
Wow. Always constantly eating your mom's wings.
They are good though. Whatever we're
your
talking
wings
about.
are delicious.
Whatever we're talking about.
They're delicious. They're succulent, Trace.
Weird.
Oh, but so I don't even put the buffalo sauce on them.
Really?
Well, I do sometimes, but mostly I'll just eat them plain because they're so freaking good.
Crispy, nice and crispy.
Blackened. I want some wings now.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of over wings at restaurants.
I was gonna get some the other day, and I thought sometimes you act like you don't really want wings.
If I have them more than like once, in a week or two, I'm not.
I don't usually make them more than once in a week or two, so we usually make them once every couple months, maybe.
God, shit's so expensive nowadays. When I
get ready to make them next Sunday night because it's the Buccaneers wild card playoff round. 7:30. That's a bad one on a Sunday night.
Yeah,
which means it kicks off at 8. Which means, man. Holiday.
That's late.
I have to
have a holiday for that. Yeah.
If they win, that'll be the gamble. If they win, we get to take a day off. If they lose, we don't.
Yeah, I'll take.
We'll think about it. We may not take a day off.
I did.
We only took like 2 days off the entire holiday though, so we got.
Yeah.
We only took 2 Thursdays off, right?
Yeah.
I think we only did.
Yeah.
Or maybe it could have been 3 Thursdays.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I'm just going along with
That's
whatever
only
you
3
say.
days. That's
whatever
only 3.
you
That's
say.
only 3 days.
I have not known what day it was for a month now. I'm just so.
Do you ever know? What
Not really, not particularly. Well, I went to Lollygaggers and I checked my bank account before I went, and I had $78, and I got 10 wings and 2 beers, and the wings just said market price. And I was worried. I was like, am I going to have enough money? Is 2 beers and 10 wings going to be more than $78? I was worried.
Mm-hmm.
How much was it?
It was $38 or something.
Still pricey.
Spent every penny he had.
Yeah. Every last dime. But that game was good though. And did you see at the end where they got Evans the record?
No, I
missed. See, you missed it. All the good
it
stuff.
was I had a hard time watching the game. I'm telling you.
So did you know did you know what Mike Evans was going for?
The 1,000 yards with the Bucks, right?
But 1,000 yards for the 11th season in a row.
Yeah, it didn't have audio. So.
Which would make him tied with Jerry Rice, for the number one in history. So it's a pretty impressive feat. And it was, it was really dramatic because the Bucks go down and they salt away a game with a Bucky Richards touchdown with 36 seconds left.
Yeah.
But Mike Evans didn't get the record. So, here come the Saints. There's 46 seconds left or a minute left. And the Bucks defense manages to hold them. They throw a couple of incomplete passes, and the Bucks get the ball back with 30 seconds left. And instead of kneeling down, they go out there and throw one more pass and get Evans a 9-yard completion, and he gets the record. And now they go crazy. The Bucks go crazy on him. So it was a pretty fun. Fun
I missed. I didn't watch. Once they got the touchdown, I left.
He also said he got a $3 million bonus.
$3 million bonus too. That's
the Bucks were don't give him the ball. Don't give him the ball.
I know. I'm surprised the Glazers weren't on the blower to Bowles and say kneel down.
Yeah. Snookman says, Trace, if you only have $78 in your account, keep your ass at home.
Yeah, whatever.
Trace says, fuck you.
Yeah. Oh, you want to hear about some bullshit?
We got bullshit stories over the weekend too.
Since I'm just broke all the time, no matter what, I said, fuck it. Bella wants a dirt bike. I was going to the dealership to get a loan for a brand new spanking TTR 110. I had been there a couple times just checking them out, and it was $1,800. The price was listed. I had $600. I was $400. I was gonna put down, as the down payment, and they had a little, they've had this little price deal set up there, that kind of tells you what your payment's gonna be if you finance this much, and in my head, I figured, with taxes and everything, after all that, my $400 down payment, it's $1,800. I'm still gonna be roughly around, 16, maybe, $1,700. I'm still gonna have to finance, and that was like $40 a month.
For how many years?
3 years.
Yeah.
Or whatever, something around there, So
yeah.
And I go there, and they're like, it's $1,800 plus, tax and whatever. And I was, asking questions the whole time, like how much is, and they're just like, we don't know anything until you wait for 3 hours.
Yes, that's what the car dealerships do too. They come and go, and they won't tell you. I'm like, I just want to know the price to see if I can even afford this. They are not going to tell you. They won't tell you.
Why wouldn't they? Why would they just waste their whole? They wasted 3 hours with me.
Because most people go, well, it took this long. I might as well just buy it.
I was almost there. I guess they almost got me, but I was, so I'm thinking, I'm going to be financing, what I say, like $1,500-$1,600.
Yeah.
And so they come up to me and they're like, well, we can't, you're not getting approved unless you put down $600. I'm like, all right, fine. I'll put $600 down. And so I'm thinking now my payments are good, or it's going to be, about $1,200-$1,300, after taxes and stuff like that. And I wait all this.
$1,300 for what?
That I'm financing after I put $600 down, maybe a little more. And they come out with a price and they're like, all right, just sign here and it's yours. And I look at the paper and it says I'm financing $3,600. And I'm like, all right, so I'm only financing $3,000 because of my $600 down payment. They're like, no, that's after. So the tag price was $1,800.
Yeah.
The legitimate price was $2,400 or $4,200. $4,200 I would be paying for something listed at $1,800.
Well,
what is
I'm
that?
glad you were smart enough to walk out.
I walked out. I got close. I had to really think about it, but I was.
Why?
I just, was really. I was like, I'm fucking doing it. I'm broke anyway. I'm just gonna go. An extra $40 a month ain't gonna kill me. I'm just going to go do it, you know? But I was just going to go do because it was so, I thought it was a good deal.
Yeah.
So what was your payments? Do you know?
138 a month. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's not happening.
No, and I need a new car and stuff.
Yeah.
This was something I thought that wasn't gonna like. I'm just buying a dirt bike, you know. I mean, that's like going to buy a $50,000 truck, and the extras on it are $60,000.
Yeah.
You know, we had some ship
That could
crate
happen,
fee
too.
or some shit.
They have all. Would you say ship crate?
It was like a crate or freight cost. There was
Yeah.
$1,000 freight
They just
cost.
dream up new
A
words.
$600
new things to
dealership
say.
fee.
Dealer fee.
I mean, they did tell me there was a dealership fee, but I'm buying a kid's dirt bike. I thought the dealership fee would be between $15 and
$50.
$20.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know it was gonna be $600.
What a crock.
Well,
that's-
the dealer
yeah.
fees used to be $300-$400, and now they're like $1,000 for cars, plus all the other fees. So it's that's hard to do that too.
So they don't tell you how much it really costs, and they hope that you've just, by investing an hour of your time, that you're willing to go, oh,
Yeah.
well, I guess I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing the car dealerships do.
How did car sales get to be such a scam? There's no other products. If you go to buy a refrigerator, it's generally you buy the refrigerator.
Yeah, did you
Where's
steal this off some guy?
What?
I feel like Nate Bargatze or somebody. I've heard this joke before.
I don't think it's a joke. Well, how does it like all car dealers are the same way, and it's
Yeah, you
all a
don't
scam.
hear
And it's all a scam.
You don't hear a freight fee on a refrigerator. The freight, they had to bring that in too by
Yeah, they
freight.
have to. Everything's got a freight fee, but no other industries. Everything else, you just go to the grocery store, you buy products. You go to Best Buy, you buy products. There's not all these hidden fees and things. Why is buying a car that way?
Yeah.
There's got to be some kind of reason.
Yeah. Lauren says some people want to call out of work because they're lazy. Meanwhile, I want to call out of work to keep my husband from doing stupid shit like buying a dirt bike.
I really want a dirt
Now
bike.
you can't buy a dirt
God,
bike.
I almost got one yesterday. Another one. I mean, it just so happens. I live at the end of a road. Very end of a middle of nowhere road.
Yeah.
And right on the side of the road is a brand new, the exact same dirt bike I was looking to buy.
They brought
just
it to you.
laying over in the grass on the side of the road.
It was a gift.
And I was like, somebody stole that and fucking brought it down here and dumped it, and I got out of the car. I was ready to load it up, and then I stop. As soon as I stop, I see that there's a person in the distance. I floored it.
Yeah.
I guess some new people moved in on this big thing of property, and they don't treat their dirt bikes good.
Oh, you can steal one.
They were just laying it down. It looked, because I only was considering it because it looked like somebody had dumped it there, not because I thought it was somebody, that lived there. I was like, oh man, somebody was, worried about the dirt bike they stole and drug it back here and dumped it. But no, it was somebody's dirt bike. But
Were they coming back for it? Is that what you?
They were. I saw them. They were like fishing at a pond, but their dirt bikes are tipped over. What are you doing? Running?
Maybe it fell over.
But you run back and pick it up. You don't.
Yeah.
You're gonna be flooded out. Gas is gonna leak out.
Trace telling people how to treat their dirt bikes.
DJ Digital Trip says Trace is going to buy a dirt bike, ride it up to Jackie's Market, and get it stolen.
Yeah, it's happened to me before.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not Jackie's Market.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
You know what they had on the news last night? They had they were showing the sound of it like thundering. They said a thunder snowstorm when it was thundering. And I'm like, I've never heard of that. Why didn't they ever? They've never showed that before. Like they showed us it snowing up north, and they showed the sound, and it was like a thunderstorm. They were like, it's a thunder snowstorm. I've never heard of that. I've never seen them show it on the weather either before. I didn't know there was such a thing, a thunder.
I feel like you're being
snowstorm.
stupid
Am
right
I?
now, but
Imagine-
I don't have any.
imagine-
I don't have any facts to back that up.
Because you've never seen one either. I guess it's just like any, they got thunderstorms up in north. So in the winter, it's a thunderstorm, and the rain turns to snow.
Yeah, right.
I just didn't know it thundered and stuff when it was snowed.
Galm 69, 62 months.
Woo! Thank you.
It's a lot of deep subs today.
And Beaver Smell Like Tuna says, and you get blue lightning in winter storms.
Cool.
Huh.
Cool.
That's just
VW
pretty
Rick
cool.
says, good citizens call the police about abandoned motorcycles, not take them for themselves.
I never claimed to be a good citizen. If somebody needs a rescue, and I'm a rescuer, but if call the cops on a stolen dirt bike, no way. I don't, I've had my 4-wheeler stolen, and I wouldn't even want somebody to narc them out like that.
Really?
Really?
I don't think so.
You wouldn't want
piece of
someone
shit-
to call
that-
the cops on
That
that
piece of shit who
that's-
flipped you off, you have no animosity to him because there's honor amongst dirtbags?
I guess so.
Honor amongst dirtbags.
Fuck that guy. That's what
No,
I'd be
like
saying.
fuck that guy. I hope he got caught by the real narcs, the cops. I don't want some other guy narking and being fucking pussy narc
Okay.
and tattling on him.
So what if someone steals your truck? You don't want someone tattling on them?
Oh, come steal. No, I guess I don't want my truck stolen. Steal my Jeep, please, steal my Jeep.
But turning something into the police, I don't think I wouldn't be too into that anymore because I don't believe the.
You're the number one suspect at that point.
I mean, I would not. If I saw a motorcycle abandoned on the road, I'm not calling the police. I know that. It's like, whatever.
No.
Someone else handle
But you're
that.
not taking it.
No.
She's not taking it. Trace is taking it and not calling.
I
the
am second-handedly stealing it.
Yeah, secondhand stealing.
Secondhand stealing's okay in my book. You don't steal. I've never stolen nothing from nobody. But if somebody steals something from somebody and ditches it on the side of the road, I can steal it from the thief.
I'm at the point where I believe if you called the cops and said, "Here's this motorcycle, this brand new motorcycle got ditched on the side of the road," they would take it, and it would become the police department's motorcycle.
Yeah.
And I believe
Yeah.
that. I don't.
They're secondhand stealing it.
I have zero faith in any government institution anymore, so I ain't calling the government for nothing.
Yeah.
Zero.
Killer JP says, "Hi, honor among dirtbags. I just popped in my quiet office." Or Killer JP said that. Dion's bathtub says, if Lauren has to call out work to keep Trace from doing stupid shit, she'll never work.
That doesn't work.
I want to know who pays for the flyover
Yeah.
from the Air Force at the Bucks game.
Taxpayers guaranteed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I want to know, why are we having to pay for that?
That's advertisement.
No, it isn't. How's
Oh,
I mean,
We're
That
suckers.
It's so impressive that the people watching the stand, certain young men are going to go, I want to fly one of those. I want to go to war with those.
where's
one
the
day."
stats on that advertising? How many more people signed up after a
Unfortunately,
Bucks game?
Unfortunately, it's probably true. That's how, stupid
Gosh,
people
man.
are.
Well, Behind Enemy Lines I watched when I was like 13, and they played some really cool music while they're doing some really cool shit, and it made it look really fucking cool. But I don't think it's as fun as you think it is. I think it's a lot of don't pass out.
Yeah.
Squeezing your butt, clenching your leg. I think it's a lot of that. I don't think it's a lot of funness.
Doesn't look like fun to me at all.
Well, I think like the NFL's in with the government, so they get
yeah.
special. You put on your Susan G. Komen pink stuff. You
Let us fly, do flyovers.
and we'll do a flyover. You gotta keep that nonprofit bullshit going. That's a big scam with the government. All the nonprofit shit. Churches,
Susan G. Komen and stuff.
Susan G. Komen.
I mean, how many years
all
has that
those, 'cause they want
organization
people to
been?
keep giving and giving and giving.
Just think of all the pink, which is pretty much the Susan G. Komen. It's all the pink stuff. I mean, just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. And where is that going?
Yeah.
Oh, not to where you think
Lining
it
some
is.
pockets
where
is
you
what
thinking
it's,
it
where
where
it's going. I gotta go check on the. I'm not sure what time they gotta go. Harper said she's gotta go early.
Oh, okay.
She told me 2 different things before, but I'll go see.
Smart kids in their advanced math classes. I'm not bragging. I'm just as shocked as everybody else.
Yeah. Oh, we might want to. I want to do this. Oh, I gotta open up another page. I got some stuff going on. Oh, I got a lot of tabs. I got too many tabs.
Too many tabs.
So many tabs.
Gosh, I don't know if this is something I should brag about, but I'm pretty proud of my lizards and fish. You know, like I went over to help my friend John cut up some, something in his yard, in his shed that blew into his neighbor's yard, and his neighbor had 15 fish tanks that were just no fish. They might have had fish in them, and they have dissolved into this green paste that in their house.
So they were like still full of water.
Yeah, just and most
fish serial killer.
Most people I know who have gotten fish, besides like my Aunt Debbie, who's got keeps a nice fish tank. Most everybody I know who's got a fish tank, it turns green, the fish die, and they have no fish. And I think I'm like 2 to 3 years having a clean fish tank.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant 2 to 3 years from being like that.
No, my fish tank. I've got this sucker fish and a super duper filter in my big fish tank.
Keeps it clean.
And I'm like 8 months. I'm thinking maybe 6 to 8 months without cleaning my tank. It just looks fucking pristine. It's every once in a while I get a little bit cloudy and I'll take the filters out and clean them. And by the next day, it's all pristine again.
I'm proud of you.
And
Keep a clean fish tank.
Every 8 months, 6. Last time was like 6 months. You just fucking put the fish in a bucket and empty it out, and you spend the $5 on new rocks. I ain't cleaning all that shit. I'm just dumping those rocks in the trash can and getting new rocks for $5, and that's about it.
When I was, I don't know, like 10 or 12, I got gerbils. That was,
oh man,
oh boy,
I know
what a chore. You got to clean their cedar chips out where they pee and poop in it. You got to clean it out, And as a 10 or 12-year-old, you don't do it that often. So when you do, it's disgusting. They're vile creatures. Don't ever get rodents.
No, I'm very anti-rodent. My the geckos, they seem to they poop in the corner. They seem smarter than rodents or something. They poop into one corner.
Yeah.
And you don't really pile up a little bit, but it's not like there's poop everywhere in their tank. It's just a little pile
Rodents
of
poop everywhere.
Rodents don't even know they're pooping.
They don't. Their brain's not sophisticated enough. They just drop it anywhere.
Rabbits. I never get a rabbit. I almost got a rabbit one time because Lauren took me to Tractor Supply after I had been drinking, and I almost bought a rabbit. And some lady came up and scooped up the rabbit right from under me that I was thinking about buying. And
she said, "You don't deserve this rabbit."
She saved me, thinking she's a goddamn angel in my book.
Well, she take it from you?
No, I was like, I'm thinking about getting that rabbit. And she came up and she's like, I'm getting this rabbit. And then,
she knew.
Thank God.
She knew.
Thank God.
She could tell. You're like, I'm thinking about getting this rabbit. Then Carr sent this. He said, maybe we should try this tomorrow, Trace. It says, if you tape 2 halves of a ping pong ball to your eyes and stare at a red light while listening to the radio tuned to static, you will have complex and vivid hallucinations.
Let's do it. I'm sure it's not that crazy.
Or is that just something to make you do stupid shit? You get after like 10 minutes of ping pong balls on your eyes and a red light and static, you're like, oh, I get it. You got me, Lynn. You got me.
If you take DMT and look at a laser in a certain way,
Yeah.
there's a code that everybody sees.
Ooh.
And it really kind of trips you out and makes you think you live in a simulation. If you do look up the videos of it, everybody takes, smokes a DMT, and then they look at this laser in a weird way, and they're like, man, if I could just write that. I don't know why they don't write it down. If I could just decipher what that, means, and everybody sees it that does it and looks at it in a certain way.
Or maybe everybody who's done DMT knows about the code already. You never know. I don't know. Yeah.
Just like DMT and or ayahuasca and jaguars. A lot of people see jaguars when they do DMT.
I think jaguars
do DMT, so that makes it weird.
And then they go hunting.
They use DMT to hunt.
This super hunting powers from DMT. Isn't that crazy?
Mind blowing.
That's mind blowing.
What the?
Yeah, the more and more I think we're definitely. I don't think. Not only do I think that there's not a moon, I don't think there's space. I think we're all encompassed in some kind of weird deal going. There's some weird deal going on here.
Unfathomable. I've listened to the smartest people in the world. Brian Cox and Neil deGrasse Tyson try to explain this shit, and they just fucking can't.
It's unexplainable. Saying goodbyes. Going to school goodbyes. For Daddy.
Yeah, but, these guys get really, most of it is theoretical. And
it's all theoretical.
You're just like, yeah.
This is black holes and wormholes. I don't think they have any idea what they're talking. I think they're making it up.
Your job is when your job as a scientist, if you just,
just to make shit up and then try to prove
for
it.
years and years, people still look at Einstein's work as, most of his stuff. The only truly brilliant person I've ever heard of is Nikola Tesla. I think that guy was onto some stuff.
Yeah.
And they might have even killed that guy.
Squashed him.
And did I tell you I was watching a thing on him? And how at the I was like, they're not even going to mention that they destroyed his project because he was trying to give away free energy.
Yeah.
And then the last 1 minute of the show, the guy was like, and they might have just killed him and destroyed his whole plant because he wanted to give free energy to the world and nobody would make any money. This brilliant guy, and they patent all of his stuff and keep it secret from the world.
Can you imagine if that's true?
I believe it is.
Trace believes it's true that they squashed, and they probably killed Nikola Tesla and squashed everything, and he had free energy. And that was when 100 years ago, right? About 100 years ago.
Yeah, about 100 years ago. I think it was like
what the hell?
1920s.
What the hell do you think they're doing now? They would deprive the world. That's mass murdering just millions of people right there. What they did back then.
Yeah.
If they did that, it's mass. In future generations, people without electricity who can't afford all the people that die over the years. It just shows.
There's a lot of theories out there about frequencies. I mean, and one thing, this whole frequency BS that he was onto, and he made some type of frequency device that he started up, and it started to shake like the whole city, and he smashed it. That's a theory, and people have tried to recreate it, and they can't. But it's a theory that he did. And I'm kind of always like, maybe so or not. But if you put a bunch of salt on a piece of, like something, and play music or play different frequencies, it makes different shapes, and that really convinces me that there's something to it.
I don't know. I've seen that before. I've seen this.
Very impressive and interesting.
Yeah, we don't know dick. That's what I've come.
You are the greatest scientist of all times. And what is your theory?
I don't know dick.
We don't know dick.
Pretty sure we don't know dick.
I don't think we do.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back with more ClusterF. Thanks for tuning in. All right, here we go. Breaking Benjamin, Breath, Natalie Mandingo, Meth. Crank it up, bitches. I see bloodshot in your eyes and a tampon string between your thighs. Are you ready to give me head? I see your big fat behind. You got stretch marks, but I do not mind. You say, come on, Ned. Put it in. Fucking kick it in. There's lube up on the shelf. I'll loosen up my belt. Now you untip my fly. You're gasping at my size. We're going all the way. No foreplay, please. You suck the meth right out of me. I almost died when you sucked my D. My name is Ned, but you called me Hugh. And I will be infesting you. This will be all over soon. Wear this coonskin hat like Daniel Boone. It's not over yet. I can't go. I'll make you cry for help. I'm hung just like an elk. You won the fucking prize. The rise in my Levi's. We're going all the way. You better pray, Ned, please. You suck the meth right out of me. You dipped some skull, then you sucked my D. We did some blow, then took 3 Quaaludes. And now I am infecting you. Woo! Gyrating, I'm spraying. Realize we're not dating. You suck the meth right out of me. I almost died when you sucked my D. My name is Ned, but you called me Hugh. And I will be infesting you.
Hey, this is Trace, and this is my new song, Country on a Budget. Yeehaw! Flat tires, broke cars, bad chicks, no bras, big boat, motor stalls in the woods, not the mall. Yeah, call it country on a budget. Yeah, call it country on a budget. Y'all know me, you know I'm country on a budget. They always say I'm broke, yeah, that shit gets redundant. Got no cash, but I've been there and I done it. Grab the keys, We about to go mudding, riding around, sipping crown, roll a blunt, we'll burn it down, tearing up this little town, stealing from the lost and found. Flat tires, broke cars, bad chicks, no bras, big boat, motor stalls in the woods, not them all. Yeah, call it country on a budget. Yeah, call it country on a budget. Drove my 4x4 till my wheels fell off. Then I had a big fart and she caught a off. Now I got no girl and I got no truck. All I got's my horse, hope I don't get bucked up. Riding around trying to find some cash so I can get another fucking truck to crash. That's what I love and that's what I do. Got some money for gas, then you can come too. Got the truck so stuck that we couldn't budget. Now that's what I call country on a budget. Flat tires, broke cars, bad chicks, no bras, big boat, motor stalls in the woods, not the mall. Flat tires, broke cars, bad chicks, no bras, big
Call it
boat,
them
motor
girls,
stalls
we
in
gon'
the
get
woods,
it
not the
lit.
mall.
Every time we smoke a blunt, we getting lit. Yeah. Welcome back to ClusterF. Starting a brand new year, 2025. Hope it's not as fast as 2024. I think it's going to be faster. Going to be a lot of bullshit. We started off with terror attacks like day one. Day one. See what they throw at us this week. 2 weeks till Trump gets inaugurated. There's probably going to be a bunch of bullshit going on.
Bunch of bullshit
going on. So today's January 6th. That's the anniversary of the horrible, horrible Capitol insurrection. Oh my God. I was aghast. I was agog. I was befuddled. I couldn't believe it. The sacred halls of democracy were a couple hundred people, several hundred people raped the American people on a daily basis, was infiltrated. I couldn't have given a shit.
And that country on the budget Jerry part, I've been considering doing a show about what happened with me and Jerry. I don't really see why I wouldn't. I've never said anything about it on air, what happened between, and I don't know if I should. But it is the most amazing. I mean, it's probably the most fascinating story you've ever heard in your life. And for me to come to work the next day, I think everybody would give me $100. Even people listening on the replay would be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give them I think we make $100,000 off that show." And it's a full 3-hour show.
3-hour show.
It would take me 3 hours to
hours?
explain
Wow.
what happened. And I think it would be the greatest show of all time. The most terrible show of all time, but the greatest. But
I don't know.
I don't see why not. But well, we might have to.
We'll talk about it behind the
Might
scenes.
have to talk about it later.
Talk about it behind the scenes. Figure out whether we want to do that. Trying to see what things I can talk about here without your mom, because Donna's got a lot of. She's involved in a lot of this stuff. We saw Interstellar, but that's basically we just saw it.
You just watched it.
It's only 11 years old.
With
Matthew
McConaughey.
Have you seen his commercials for is it Wingstop?
Yeah, I thought he was a vegetarian.
I don't know.
I was pretty sure he was a vegetarian.
He might be.
So
He could be. How? I don't think if you're a vegetarian, you'd be doing commercials for Wingstop.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's somebody else.
They've got a bunch of good commercials though. Have you seen?
No, I've seen. Like I said, I saw it. I saw the Matthew McConaughey commercial with no audio.
Oh,
so it's only. I just know him holding it. I saw him holding the chicken wing. I didn't read it.
Jerry's eating rice. They got several good commercials. I don't know I don't know how good they are because I don't know. Is that at Wingstop? Was that it? I don't know how many wing places there are.
There's a lot of wing places.
Or it could be like an Uber Eats deal. I don't even know. DoorDash commercial. I couldn't tell you, but it's a good commercial. But it's an entertaining commercial. Maybe not that effective.
Somebody was giving me shit earlier for paying for wings at a restaurant, and I just realized You know, Lauren has really cut back the past year or so on going to restaurants. And I would say in 2024 that I don't think I ate a steak from a good steak from a restaurant the entire year. 2023, I probably had 30 to 40 good steaks from a restaurant. You know, it's just not worth it anymore.
Not worth it. Have to be a pretty freaking good steak to spend all that money on. Outrageous prices for steaks.
I just love me a Jackie's Market. And, you know, people really think, you know, I hope nobody goes to Jackie's Market. They'll be the, you know, what do you call it? Let down. They'll be very let down. I think you guys stopped by there, and it's not this amazing place I speak of.
Not at all.
It's you know, it's just a place that sells meats near my house. If they opened up a even shittier place a little bit closer to my house that sold meats, it would still be my favorite place in the world. There's just a real place that sells meats real close to my house, and I really like meats.
Here's Baker Mayfield serving milk and cookies to his offensive line.
That's a lot of milk. The Stein.
He is a badass though, man. When he runs for those first downs, it's like he's gonna get him.
Yeah,
it's like he's
about it.
I
should have been a quarterback.
I used to try to convince you to be the quarterback.
I never wanted for some reason.
Never wanted to be.
Ball was too big for my hand.
Because you see, I should have used the thing is you're not going to be doing much passing. You're going to be scrambling.
Yeah.
Every time you're going to drop back, you got no blocking, and then
nobody can catch a ball.
Probably be the best offensive plays you guys have.
Yeah, I should have done.
You won't chug that whole thing. You won't do it. Yeah. What kind of milk is it?
Whole milk.
Whole milk? What is this? 900 calories? You said I can't.
No, you can. I'm saying you won't.
Yeah, so I have to. Thank you, Baker. I do have some
bacon. Is a 300-pound offensive lineman worried about calories?
I know. I thought they were worried.
They need to calorie up.
Calorie up.
You want some milk with that? Is it better than American chocolate? Oh, yeah. Let me try that. It's whole milk. It's whole milk. It probably is better.
Nobody drinks whole milk anymore. Isn't that crazy? Look, they're all like, what's whole milk? Whole milk? Whole milk.
Nah.
Oh, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Good dunk.
Oh, communal dunk.
My body is a devil.
Oh. This is all wholesome bullshit PR.
That's why, I was
Baker
about to say.
Mayfield's really an asshole.
He could be.
Good cookies.
Really good.
Great milk.
Usually cookies like this are hard. Yeah. Whoever did this, well done. Must use good ingredients.
Pleasantly surprised.
Thanks, Bake. Good job baking these.
My whole cookie fell in the milk.
Wasn't there another mug?
Son of a...
I hate when that happens.
Shove it harder. Don't shove it harder. I want the milk. You lost your privileges.
I've been getting stoned enough to drink milk again. Whole milk, too.
Really?
Yeah, I really, I got to be real stoned, though. Like, I am not I'm not a fan of milk. It grosses me out for some reason. I drink almond milk.
I can see that.
But now, I was watching a thing, and, I'm just like I'm attracted to things that give you gout. I watched this one guy, and he was like, you shouldn't drink almond milk because it gives you gout. Like, what? Everything I eat gives, I'm, at the point in my life, I was eating a lot of shrimp, crab legs, asparagus, and almond milk. Like the worst things for gout. I never knew
for
it.
Gout.
Yeah.
But you could probably drink like oat milk or something. I guarantee there's about 3 or 4 different milks that taste the same.
Yeah,
I drink almond milk. I don't even know why I started, but and I don't care. I'll drink regular milk if it's there. I'll drink on. They say almond milk's terrible for you. Where I don't drink the sweet ass almond milk. I just drink unsweetened.
I get the unsweet.
So basically, I'm drinking a white water mixture.
It's waterier for milk,
It's not bad though. Like you can almost fool yourself. that it's
It's,
milk.
yeah, it's not too bad. I drink some of it. I don't know
Unless you
why.
drink- hang on, I gotta sneeze.
Woo!
Woo!
Get you sometimes.
I don't do that a lot on the air, and I usually have sneezing fits. So my record's like seven.
Oh, I had one a couple days ago that just went on and on and on and on. Man, I couldn't stop sneezing.
Sneezing's almost orgasmic.
It's like a seventh. I think they say it's a seventh of an orgasm. I think I've heard that
like
somewhere.
catching a yawn's pretty good too. You don't yawn, right?
No, I can't yawn. I've never yawned before.
Have you attempted? Have you attempted a yawn? That's you were born without the yawn reflex.
I don't know why.
That's messed up. Oh.
As a kid, I wished I could yawn. I would get the urge, I feel like, to yawn, but I could never completely yawn. I take a big old deep breath.
I'm tearing up.
Is that normal? Do a lot of people can't yawn?
I've never heard of anybody who couldn't yawn ever in my life. Heard somebody couldn't yawn. Cold out there? Cold out there or not?
Not as cold as I thought it would.
It's gonna be nice. It's gonna get up to 78 like
Really?
today. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Then
was
tomorrow.
like- I was
Tomorrow's when
opening
the
the
frigid
door.
50s.
Anticipating. Oh, it's not my glasses on my head. They're on my eyes. Anticipating it being very cold.
An
and I opened the
Arctic
door.
blast.
I was like, oh, that's not that cold.
It's probably in the 60s out there right now. It's not too bad.
Yeah, I never even knew that Trace, until we did the show, that Trace didn't yawn.
I didn't either. So you wouldn't notice that somebody wasn't a yawner if they didn't tell you.
Not only do I yawn
guess I'll
quite
yawn.
frequently on the show and have to pretend that I don't yawn because of this lie that I've told for years.
So you
I
do
yawn more than anybody
Oh,
on the planet.
Are you serious?
I'm the biggest yawner there is. Constantly I'm sitting here going, and then I'm like, oh. People, I yawn like 70 times a show, and nobody.
Your mom didn't
And I
notice
still,
that.
she's brought it up off air. I'll be yawning while she's talking about how I don't yawn. I yawn more than anybody's ever yawned, and
I wonder,
I
because
yawn
I was like
70 times a show.
That's why I came in. I was going to say I've never heard of
And
anybody
I just have to stop doing it because now, even at home and when I'm out
You
at eat,
son of a
I
bitch.
start yawning and I'm like, oh, I can't. Oh, nobody's listening. Nobody here knows that I'm said that I don't yawn. So I catch myself all the time in public and different places, pretending to not yawn because I think somebody's gonna catch me because of this lie I've told, and I didn't know
I can't stop yawning.
how long I should let this go on for.
Now have you?
And it, it's finally came up again. And I was.
So you haven't been yawning on the show since you said
I yawn 70 times a show, and I go, I start big. I'll do a big, and then be like, I don't yawn.
I've never noticed.
No, and then I look at the chat, and I'm like, nobody said nothing.
you did all this for nothing because not one person remembers that you said you don't yawn.
I think it came up a few times, at least 3 times.
It has.
You could have been yawning the whole time, and I would never, ever
No.
have noticed.
Oh.
You son of a bitch.
I can't believe your mom didn't.
I believed him.
Yeah,
Completely believed
I've
him.
almost felt bad about it, how bad she's believed me, so I finally had to come clean.
I think
Just
I've
Googling it, probably.
I think I've told people that. I was like, Trace doesn't
Can't
yawn.
yawn.
It's so weird.
One without the yawning gene.
I don't even know why I came up with that. You guys were just talking about yawning when there was a camera. I said, don't ever yawn and can't yawn.
I thought it was the weirdest thing that you couldn't yawn, that you didn't yawn. That's like, so odd to me.
Damn the long yawn gone.
Yeah.
It's killing JP.
Marissa 458 says I just Googled it, and apparently, if you don't yawn, you have psychopathic traits.
See why I believed him? Man.
Well,
Crazy.
Got us with a long yawn, Cohen.
There was a thing on the
Now I
news.
can yawn in peace.
Yeah. See if you can do it.
I can't stop.
It made him not be able to yawn.
Stop.
Everybody in chat's yawning too now.
Oh, this is terrible for the show, Trace. Bringing that show down to nothing.
And why is yawns contagious? Why, if you see someone yawn, makes you yawn? Why is that? That's the weirdest thing too. And I don't understand because you ever, like if you can't get that yawn.
Dude, now
Could I die? You feel like you could die. It's like, am I going to run out of breath?
Sometimes I can't get that yawn. This is the truth. Does anybody else have that problem? You're like, it just doesn't feel like you completed your yawn. You're it wasn't a complete yawn.
And then the yawn goes away and you can't get it back. You're
you're
trying to make yourself yawn. You're like,
I don't know about that.
I got a complete one
I've
right
done
there.
that. But then you feel like, it's like, am I going to run out of breath? What is going to happen? Because I feel like, what happens if you don't? Can you relax and it just go away? Or will
get stuck in the yawn pose. I can't get the yawn.
Yeah. So what happens if you can't get that breath? It's so weird.
Laura's the only one who knows that I can yawn until now.
Did she know that you were lying to us?
Yeah, I've told her. I can't hide that from her. Like extra yawning. I'm
But I mean, did she know that you told us that you couldn't yawn?
I told her.
Oh man.
She's like, "This is stupid. Why do you do that?" I'm like, "I don't know, but I'm gonna keep it going."
I forgot you told me that you didn't yawn like the next day. So
you got my picture?
I was gonna say, is this your picture?
Yes.
Is that it?
We used to send that to each other in high school, and it just makes you yawn. We used to just send it, to our friends.
Through text?
No, we didn't have that. We'd send a picture to each other in high school, and it would make everybody yawn. It's just so crazy that could
yawn.
make you yawn.
Yeah, you used to leave me notes when I go to work, and sometimes you put that on it, and I'd be like, "Oh, damn it."
Lauren says, I love watching the show and seeing him yawn and y'all not notice. I've never seen it. Guess I just didn't pay attention.
I'm a frequent yawner.
You're slipping, babe.
Oh my Lord.
Slipping.
So there was somebody rented it, we're on a speedboat over the weekend yesterday or something. It was on the news. And the cruise ship went by. They were going out it was like in Tampa Bay, where we go
Wait,
out.
a cruise ship or a speedboat?
They were on a speedboat,
and
the cruise ship went by, and the wave made them flip over,
capsized
them, and they were lucky to survive because the water is so cold,
Yeah,
but
that was, I think, that's a busy bay. There was several people saw
the guy
him. It took him like 20 or 30 minutes to get him, though, and that's cold water, 64 degree
30
water.
minutes, man. It seems like you could get hypothermia.
You could.
And they were saying that it was the harbor pilots. A couple of younger guys. I thought they were all those harbor pilots were older, but I guess you got to get young ones sometime.
They're having a hard time getting them, I think.
Yeah.
God, I need to read up on my crappie or whatever you call them, specs or crappie fishing game, man. I went out fishing. What is that?
Toyota
Tommy gifted a tier 1 sub. He's gifted 148.
I was right in the middle of
it. It's a lot.
Sorry, I got
right in the middle, babe.
I did. I got distracted by boat talk, but
Toyota Tommy, 148 subs gifted.
They were saying, well, we were, on our whatever boat they're on. And they said, when we were going, the cruise ship, we were going pretty fast. It's like, are you supposed to go pretty fast? Maybe they're the ones that capsized this speedboat because they were going pretty fast. Where it just doesn't seem like you should be going pretty fast getting out to the ocean on a cruise ship.
I don't know.
I don't know if that was
I
the
didn't
one.
interrupt much.
Fuck you. He's such a dick. Such a dick. And Mike is always a dick right along with him. Always, every time.
I didn't say nothing.
Oh, he'll sit there and laugh like
I'm laughing
never
at it.
laughed before
I'm laughing
over
at
Trace's dickiness. Because that's what he wants to be, a total dick. So he just lives vicariously through Trace.
I think he was dogging both of us because you finished your story and I went, I don't know.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know. You said yours and I went about the cruise ship shouldn't have been going so fast. I went, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
My story.
Let's get on with your crappy fish.
It's a crappy story. I don't want. I refuse to tell it now after making that comment because it's about
you
equal.
should.
Now you have
It's
to.
about
equal.
equal.
You have to
Stupid,
tell
right?
it.
Okay.
Equal. I suck at catching crappy. That's about the end
that
of
was
it.
a great story, Trace. Great story.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Suck at catching crappie. Which bait you kind of supposed to use for crappie?
I don't know, but I'm not
Worms?
catching. You know. I mean,
Yeah, let's hear what bait you use for crappie. Let's hear it. Ooh, I
supposed
can't
to
wait.
use a little jig, and these guys. I don't know what they were doing. I went to Gant Lake the other day, and usually I'm the only person out there, and I could barely put the boat in. There are so many boats there. It was like it was just like 8, but that's a lot for
Yeah.
Gant Lake.
Isn't it cold?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was they're all.
But they were catching.
They were using, a lot of them were using like fucking 12-foot long fishing poles. And I don't
Were
know.
they cane poles?
I don't think so. And they were they were catching a lot of crappie. And I was,
Man says throw a beetle spin for crappie.
yeah, send me a picture of that or something.
Crystal Gale says Donna's story was better than what
Thank you,
Trace
Crystal.
ate this weekend.
Yeah, that was a long story.
Oh,
12-foot poles with crappy
Crappie.
minnows. Like crappy, like
shitty.
shitty.
So you get actually they're eating themselves, right? You
Walmart
get
has
crappy minnows.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
He says Walmart has them.
What do you want crappie for, to eat or just to catch?
I guess so. I've heard they're not bad, so I wanted to try a couple. But they were just reeling them in left and right, and I'm, they're all trolling by me. I don't have a trolling motor on my pontoon, so I was trolling with my big motor. Might have been scaring them all away, probably.
That's what he was doing.
Freak Show wants to weigh in, Trace.
No, I don't want to weigh in. Where's the scale?
I don't know. Under those papers.
there's some-
Better take those papers off. They might weigh a couple pounds.
Here we go.
I have no idea how much I weigh.
That's a heavy jacket.
I'm saying 183.
183. 180. 179.
179.
Which one? Which one is
Here's
it?
some fried
It's
crap.
179.
Here's some fried crappie right here. That's
179, huh?
That's pretty
Horrible
good.
Rob was close. He said 180. Ink Spike said 186.
Tucson chick said 200.
That's all that working out I've been doing.
Get some muscle, getting that muscle. Replacing
I
that,
feel it.
replacing that fat with muscle.
I've felt it in my arms. An acceptable amount of not pussy arms. Like if I was able to fit my whole hand, like kind of around there at one point, and I was like, "This is unacceptable." I'm shriveling up, so I had to, now I do about 30 curls a day of 70 pounds.
70-pound curl
On the bar.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that's an impressive curl.
30. Yeah. No, I can't. I've tried to do it one handed. I can't.
I got up to 40-pound curls at one time.
Yeah.
I'm down to 30 now, man. F that heavyweight stuff. Man.
Yeah, I used
that
to.
30's heavy enough for me.
I used to do the 40s. I think the most I could curl a couple is 45. At one point, I could do some 45s a couple times. I used to be able to curl 135 pounds.
You're a young buck on creatine.
Yeah.
In DraftKings, I won $9.
Oh, congratulations.
Evil Bear came in first, and me and Angry Ginger tied for second.
Donna lives to fight another week. She's
Yeah.
up to what now? 15, 20 bucks?
Yeah.
Good
I
for
can-
you.
I can
sucked.
still keep playing.
I sucked.
But that's good.
But
You
I've
did
won.
good.
I've won enough. I
But
think I'm good through the season.
The ESPN one, boo. Me and you came in
we were dead last. Yeah,
11th and 12th.
I was 12. I think you were 11, right?
Yeah.
Oh, bad.
And then like Diesel Man, he was 14-0 the whole time, and then
he got dusted in the playoffs by
Infinity and Bijan. That's Crazy Horse USA's son.
I'm cashing out and deleting my Hard Rock app right now.
Are you losing money?
No, but I can never do better than I did the other night. Wasted at like 4 o'clock in the morning betting on ping pong.
How'd you do?
I put in 60, and I made all these bets and fell asleep and woke up with 116.
Oh, nice.
And now
You
I'm
should
going
have your
to
phone taken away.
withdraw this money and delete this app forever.
I'd like to know how many people who would never have become a gambling addict because they wouldn't even go to a casino or even think of a sports book, and now they got their app on their phone where you can just be sitting in your living room and make these bets. How many people are going into debt?
Lots and lots
I'm thinking
and
a
lots
shit ton.
and way more than you could ever imagine. I mean, it's to the point where everybody I know does it, and like
Really?
I do it a little bit, and I'll put, $50 in, $50 in that, that'll last me, a month or so because I'm making, $2-3 bets, maybe putting $5 on the bucks. But most people I know are putting, $700-800 a week on it. And losing it. So I don't know how,
You can't.
It
not
seems
gonna
like
win.
a lot of
You're not
people are
gonna
losing
win.
a lot of money. There's even, I was at Miller's the other day picking up Lauren, and some girls telling me how I put,
A girl?
she's like, I don't even know anything about sports, and I put $30 on this team. I hope they win.
And if she wins, she'll be like, oh.
She won the last one
so
is for
she's-
$5 her first time, and now she's putting 30 on the next game, and
I found it to be addictive. Tried it for a few weeks and went, and, back in the day, they had a bookie down at the old station, and I bet like, a couple $100. And I got down like 200, and I was like, oh, this week I'm going to have to double up.
Yeah.
Then I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this anymore.
I-
That's not a good idea
I-
at all.
I'm pretty
It's
good.
very addictive.
Pretty good.
Man said it's all to keep the people down. The house always wins.
That's what it is.
They
That's why
always
they're-
win.
That's why they're letting it be. It's pervasive. You see it on TV.
Unless you bet on ping pong and ding dang, 3 o'clock in the morning.
You can bet. You can bet like while the game's going on the next play, who's going to score? And then
Really?
and then they got this thing. But if you miss that, you can bet again. And it won't cost you nothing. They just keep you going. until you get
they
to
know
the-
how to do
They
it.
know how to do it. I ain't doing none of it other than DraftKings.
It's people, and you really don't understand, how much you're losing. When you win, for something they trick your brain somehow into thinking when you win,
people
like you
don't
win
keep-
your money
'cause
back.
people don't write down. Okay, here's how much I bet.
Nobody
each time.
does, My
And then
friend.
here's how much I won. They don't do the columns of
And
it.
it feels so good to win, even if you're 500 down and you win 200. You're like, oh
Ooh,
yeah, I'm
1,
on
2,
a hot
8.
streak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to I've been to the casino twice. Normally I go to the casino, and after like $5 of just hitting, like I'm like, that's enough. Like I can't lose anymore. But there's been 2 or 3 times I've went to the casino and spent like $200 or $300, and the time I spent $300 and I won about $300. I thought I won like $2,000. Like I was convinced that I had, and then I counted my money, and I was like, I have as
What
much
happened?
money as I walked in with. How did I thought I won like $1,000.
Yeah, it's
Boy,
gambling's,
they can trick you easy.
gambling's for suckers.
Yeah.
I don't know how much, Donna, do you put on my account? Is it 50 or 25 when we start DraftKings?
about 25. I
Yeah,
think
no,
I
that my goal
usually
is if I can make that 25 last for the
Mhm.
whole season, then I've had a successful season.
Yep.
And it sucks when you have to put more in. You're like, oh man.
Yeah,
another
I try to
25
just
in."
hope I win.
I've done good. I think
Yeah.
I've got $30 or 25 in my account still, so I think I'm gonna make it through the whole season.
Yep.
Woo!
I've won enough to keep going.
I think we've probably got a Sean Raz Karen today.
Oh, good.
We'll do that at 10.
Did you
wanna
guys
do
take a
that
break
now?
even?
Yeah, we took a break
Oh,
while you were
did ya?
gone. Took a break
Oh,
while you were
sure.
gone.
Everybody
Well,
gets a break.
I thought that was a good time to take a break.
It is.
Let's see if we got a Sean Raz Karen.
He said, I think he said there's 2 Karens.
Okay, we got Karen's insufferable traffic stop or the iced tea. Iced tea. Yeah, I saw the iced tea one. Yeah, I think I'll just do the regular Karen.
I've been asking. Never. You don't care about that. It's sciencey.
I want to hear. I love science. What are you talking about, buddy?
Nothing. I've been talking to people about, and I'm up to like 7 to 8 people I've asked that they learned in school that the not eclipses, but what do you call the different angles of the moon when it's like a half moon, and
Crescent moon, half moon,
you know, all that
full moon, yeah.
is from the shadow of the Earth. And everybody's like, yeah, that's what we learned in school, and it's fucking not. It's not a conspiracy. It's just not. You can fucking look it up. It's not from the shadow of the moon, from the Earth.
What's it from?
It's just the angle the sun is compared to. Oh God!
Now we gotta get it. You gotta explain it to us again.
So it's the.
What do I?
Here's
angle of
a
the sun.
baseball here.
Oh,
for
a
the moon.
baseball
That's
ball.
perfect for them. Here we
That's
go.
pretty good moon.
Here we go.
You know, and say you're right here. You're right here.
Watch
Oh,
your drink.
God.
Don't.
All right.
pour
I
it
almost
out.
wanna go-
Let me
Don't
see
spill
how
that drink, Trace.
I'm not gonna spill the
Oh,
drink.
you
Yes,
almost
he
did
is.
already.
You know,
Okay.
so where's a good? Let's say the light. This is right
Where's
here.
the sun?
This is my phone's the sun.
Okay.
You know, and you're here, so it would be dark for you because the sun's over here.
Uh-huh.
But the sun is shining light onto the moon,
Uh-huh.
it's
That's what
showing
makes the
only
moon
illuminating part of it,
Uh-huh.
and that's what
Because Earth is in the way.
Nope.
No?
The Earth is not in the way. The sun. They can both be out at the same time, and you can still have a crescent moon.
How come?
Because the sun is illuminating this side of the moon, and you're here. So
Yeah.
looking at it, only one side of the sun is only shining on
Right.
that part of the
I
moon and
gotcha.
illuminating it.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, what the fuck's up with that? Why'd they teach us that in school?
I mean, I thought that it was. I've always heard that it was the sun that makes the moon, bright. So why wouldn't it be what you said?
It is what I said. You know, I've looked it up because it fucking confused my mind for years and years. I would look at the moon and try and figure out how, like, when it's a half moon, why wouldn't the half moon be oval shaped? You know, because of the, why wouldn't it be an oval still? And and it blew my mind. And finally,
How come sometimes you can see the moon so clear in the daytime? Do you know that?
because
Like it's like, oh, look, there's the moon.
it depends on the angle of the sun, and if it's hitting it directly face on, more face on compared to where you're at.
I don't think of those things. It's too much.
Oh, I was staring at the moon for hours the other day. We were going to drop Ella off somewhere, and I was at nighttime, and I stared at the moon for so long. And then, we were driving, and
Were you on gummies?
No, I was 100
Driving?
No,
You're driving, staring
Yeah,
at the moon?
I stared at the moon. I crashed into 50 people. No, but Lauren was driving. I was just fucking staring, and I was trying to figure all these things out in my head about the moon. And then we passed the light that was just like a tower with a light on it.
Yeah.
And the way I saw it was like, oh, that's a UFO. The way it was going at the last second, I seen that it was just a tower with a light on it. And so I don't trust anything anybody says about seeing it. You know, that's why UFO encounters that people just say, I seen it. You're just like, I don't know. Because that could have, I was like, whoa. Oh. You know, and if I didn't see that last second, I'd have been like, I think I just saw a fucking UFO going 1,000 miles an hour.
I mean, you can see, there's plenty of times I've seen planes that are going, what the hell is that? You know, but then it turns out to just be a plane. It'd be the lights on the plane. I ain't believing none of. I don't believe nothing about nobody.
I don't want to offend anybody with anti-ghost stories, but I had to sit through like an hour of telling Lauren and her friend that they were dumb because ghosts aren't real.
There ain't no ghosts.
And, you know, and they're just like, and then they're like, well, let me tell you this story. And I'm like, I just, you know, and then I told them, I was like, well, you know, it was a guy we were hanging out with, and Lauren and them are trying to convince me that it was ghosts. And I was like, all right, now if me and Lauren were home alone, just me and Lauren were there, and Lauren gets stabbed, and I say it was a ghost, would you think? And they're like, no.
Nobody would believe it.
But I'm like, well, then what do you mean? Why don't you believe that would happen?
It's the same as the devil.
The same as the devil.
Nobody will believe anyone when they say the devil made him do it.
He told
they
me
will
to
go to jail.
He told me to kill the devil. Told me
you wouldn't need God without the devil. So
people do not believe in the devil. The devil. Obviously, the devil told you to kill someone. You would have to do it. He's the most powerful. You'd burn in hell forever. You got to do what the devil says. He can control you. He's the most powerful thing. But nobody believes that.
Nope.
Not a one.
Not
a one
person. Just the same as
a couple
ghosts.
crazy people believe it.
Yeah. So what they say to that?
Not one of them.
They just, you know.
Some people think it's just cool to say that they believe in ghosts too. Some people, like that.
I just
Find
can't.
it cool.
I'm sorry, I don't believe in ghosts. People get, I always thought it was like goofy. You're fucking goofy if you believe in ghosts. And since I've been arguing with people about ghosts, a lot of people think that ghosts are real and have a weird story about a door shutting. And I'm like, door fucking
shut when the air conditioning
You could have had a raccoon
sometimes.
in your house. It could have been the AC. It could have been,
Yeah. Because there's things that have happened before to me, and I can't think of it because I didn't write it down or nothing. I can't remember what it was. And it's like, something will happen, and then later you find out, it'll happen maybe again. And 6 months later, and you're like, oh, that's why. Now I just seen it happen. And that's what that was that last time. Okay. And it makes sense. So there's always something.
I've heard, had noises and I've gone and investigate the noise inside the house and not found anything.
I've never got to that point where I even went and investigated any of it.
Well, you just hear something, hear like a loud noise or something. You go, what was that? And you don't find it. And I never think about it again.
And then
sometimes your house makes noises.
That's the kind of thing that, 3 months later, you'll see something that fell in a closet. And you're like, oh, that's what that noise was 3 months ago. This thing fell
and smashed into a million pieces. I never thought.
But a ghost knocked it off. I mean, I've been at a party before where some girl said something about a ghost, and I laughed at her and said, "Boy, you are it out. You think ghosts are real?" And everybody acted like I was a huge dick and was like, "Ghosts are real? You don't believe in ghosts?" I'm like, well, "Are you all art out?" That's how it came across to me.
Well, we've had photography for 150 years or something, and nobody has ever in the history of mankind got a picture of a ghost or any real evidence of a ghost.
Even the ghost shows that they have on TV.
Yeah.
They
High-tech
play all
equipment.
this stuff and all, and then at the end, nothing. Never found a ghost.
Never, ever. They've never, ever found a ghost. Not ever. Not once. But we had a great weekend, Trace.
Yeah.
We're trying to replace the kitchen faucet with improper tools and improper parts.
Who? Me or you?
You are wrong.
Oh, the drain.
We have the complete proper tools.
You don't have the proper tools for most jobs.
Not for the drain. I mean, for the drain, we didn't have the right parts.
Oh, because I just had bought a new drain thing, and there's a thing underneath that has like a.
Are you talking about the same one that I broke?
When did he break it?
Under the sink in the kitchen?
Yeah.
When I broke the garbage disposal?
Oh no, we fixed. That's
I fixed that.
Yeah, but the drain. Both of my drain things are cracked. The one was really cracked. It broke all up.
Not when I was messing. It wasn't my fault, was it?
I don't think so.
All right.
My mom's sink is over, might be over 60 years old, and it's never cracked.
Yeah, because they make stuff out of crap nowadays. They fucking got us too, man. They changed it to making crap for cheap. Cheap crap.
Like,
everything's cheap crap.
Why are we
and wiped everybody out. Everybody who makes real shit, and now they're charging real shit prices for dog shit.
For dog shit.
We're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
We're fucked.
They figured out, why are we making things that last? Somebody asked that question, and they went, "Yeah, why are we making things that last?" And every company went, "Yeah, why are we making things that
like
last?"
60 years ago, light bulb companies got together and all agreed to make it illegal for light bulbs to last a certain amount of time. That is a fact.
And that's every business that you can name.
Yep. I mean, you have that stool that's probably 300, 300 to 700 years old. I don't know where you got it. And it's like your neighbor's stool, some like 100-year-old lady stool that you've had for.
Oh, see, now that's like I don't have a lot of sentimental value in a lot of stuff. I'm not that kind of guy, but that stool, man, I love that stool.
That stool's gonna last another 1,000 years.
We'll bring it in after the break.
Yes, we will.
We'll bring in.
Let's remember that.
I'm pretty sure Dorothea had told me that her dad made that stool.
It's got the legs are real thick wood, and the whole thing's wood, and the legs have been pounded in.
Yeah,
pounded into holes to make and that thing ain't.
It's got a good 100 years left in it.
I think it's solid, man.
I've gone through 3 stools since I've lived in 6 years.
6 years.
We've been through 3 stools. Yeah. We still have them, and we gotta like stack them on each other to make them strong enough to hold somebody because they're both cracked. But
get a nice wooden one.
So we've been trying to get the nut off to get the faucet out. And you know how it's really hard to get it. And so then I found the basin wrench, which is what you got to use. It's on a rod, and then you can bend it and put it there. And both of us spent an hour trying to get that basin wrench to catch.
It about killed me.
Could not get that thing to catch.
And all the videos that show on YouTube, they don't even, because we're up there having to use 2 hands and open it. And they just put it up there, only one hand, and they put it right on and catches and turns. And it's like, it will not do that. It will not do. They make it look so easy. And we're like, why is that not easy for us? I don't understand.
It's real tight up there. I can't. But I want to get that basin wrench and videotape you trying to do it to make sure that it's not just us.
Yeah, that could be a you guys thing.
We'll do that after the show.
We couldn't snake the drain and get it around the corner. I was able to do that.
Now, you used brute force.
I just couldn't get it around that corner of the one. Yeah.
This can't be. This has to be. You can't be in there like a bull in a china shop. Because if you can't be knocking into those PVC
I don't want to break. Let's not do it. I don't want to break any more things of yours. I'm not. I've given up on my dream of being a mechanic after working on my mom's car and replacing her wheel bearings, and then having issues.
Yeah,
a couple issues with the brakes.
You just gotta learn more, and you gotta do what I try to tell you. Like I go out there and you get irritated. Like I'm like, Trace, try to put this to keep stuff together.
I want zero talking
because I'm trying to help. I'm like, this is what you have to do to become a good mechanic.
Why do women talk so much? Like, what is the deal with that? I'm sorry.
Well, then you just keep not doing it right.
Like, Lauren talks all day. We live together, and my 2 girls talk all day to me. I lived with my friend John for 3 years, and there would be days where we didn't talk one word. We just didn't say anything to each other. There was nothing to be said.
Oh.
And the
yeah,
next,
and those girls talk. There's some talking
gosh.
girls, man.
like everybody's just talking all the time in my house. I'm like, you should have. Like, me and John would sit on the couch. And we would put a DVD in and watch the whole thing, turn the TV off, go in the kitchen and like make a meal, and not one word would ever be said.
Killer JP says, make that shirt for Trace. Why do women talk so much? I bet.
Ink Spike says, definitely bring it in. I've heard of the legendary Waters family stool and would love to see it.
Yeah. Should I just go grab it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go grab it.
Lauren does say, pretty rich coming from a guy who will keep everyone up all night for hours talking.
Talk about science and everybody gets upset.
He wants to, he's a jabbermouth.
Yeah.
Jabbermouth.
When he's
repeating himself,
when he's
too.
been drinking.
A lot of repeat.
It's like, I
repetitive.
don't want to talk, Trace. No. Go to bed.
Shut up. Don't break it.
Jeez.
Oh, look at this. Look at
Take it
this.
easy.
Look at this. Look at this.
I'll put it on Trace's camera.
Look at that.
Look at this thing.
And those
Like something out of the Flintstones.
I mean, but that is a
That is
solid stool.
man.
And
I
those
think
legs
I could
aren't
hold
wobbly at all.
a ton.
I mean, I love that stool. So I'd love to see how much weight we could put on that stool.
You're not gonna.
A shit ton of weight.
Oh yeah, a lot.
You know, hold up a car with this stool.
Probably
could.
use it as a
My
jack.
stool can't hold me.
That's good old fashioned craftsmanship right
That
there.
is a
what
stool
that
right
is.
there. You can see in the top where
Look
the
at the pegs were hammered
pegs are hammered in.
Looks like
Bottom. This is a
it's
stool.
got a little damage on that one leg. I don't know what somebody did to that.
Gosh, somebody must have hit it with a car.
I know. How do you damage that leg?
Oh.
Yeah, don't mess with that stool.
Yeah,
The
that's
family
a good stool.
heirloom.
It
That's
is.
an heirloom right there. That's the only heirloom we have.
That's all I'm gonna get when you guys die.
Pretty much, buddy.
And that's all you probably want. I just want that stool, man.
You're spinning it all, buddy.
Put it in the well.
Midwest Monroe subscribed.
Thank you. You probably got gifted a sub.
Oh, that's what it is. I always get me on that one because I'm like, I've never heard of that guy. Midwest Monroe.
Sean Raz says, I sent you a picture of a settler's wrench.
A
It is
settler's
a tool
wrench.
used to make stuff like that back in the day. Settler's wrench.
Settler's wrench.
Someone had asked earlier if NHRA is still. What happened with that? He got banned for something. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think I have. I think I looked into that and I didn't accidentally ban him for anything.
What kind of what is this tool used for? Making
Settler's wrench,
stools?
like making tools, I guess. Or
Making stools?
back in the day. Is that just something to pound it in there with?
I don't understand. Like that a hand? You got a hand? Are you hand drilling that?
Looks like your hand drilling it. If
Oh,
you ask
that
me.
sounds like the most tedious, monotonous, hard thing ever.
Yeah, that's why they make the Chinese build their stools.
Yep, and they last for six years.
Her dad was the one that made that. He was a veterinarian.
Made what?
That stool.
Oh, okay.
He was a what?
A veterinarian.
What does that have to do with stool making?
I don't know. Just saying. Just throwing it out there.
But Donna, speaking of how they make things crappy nowadays, Donna's we got a Samsung refrigerator a few years ago, and the ice maker went bad. Well, it was
The ice maker went bad the first time, like within 6 months.
Yeah, and so the ice maker, she had the guy come out there and replace it. And it did the same thing. She's looked it up online. They've got problems with their ice makers. They're defective. So the guy came out and replaced it. Then it went bad, doing the same thing. And so she's been on the phone with Samsung for the last week. For hours on hold. And it's nothing but Chinese people because they farm it out to the overseas people. And she can't even get them to comprehend what she's trying to say. And
are you ice maker?
Yeah, and it's very simple. The
A maker?
Yeah.
Oh, I have ice maker.
That's pretty much it.
Do you have ice maker?
Have you been on the phone? Are
Do you have ice maker
for Samsung?
Do you have ice maker? Oh, your ice maker. You not have ice maker? Why you not have ice maker?
Yeah. And she'll be like, explain the story and say, I need to replace for free because you replaced it with the defective ice maker.
Oh, free? No.
No, you want
no free.
Yeah, we replace ice maker, but you pay. You pay.
Yeah.
But they have offered her this though. They have offered her $200 off a new refrigerator.
An e-coupon. We'll give you. I was like, you go ahead and send me $200
off $1,000 ice maker.
$2,000.
$2,000.
Oh, one of those refrigerators now, probably even more. And
it's an e-coupon. It's not even the $200.
They give us $200 off of their shit that doesn't work.
Yeah,
because it's a
like,
shitty product.
Are you kidding me? $200 towards a. I would never buy another Samsung.
ever.
Oh, brand new ice maker, $200.
Oh my gosh, back and forth and back. I just keep calling, and then they just. Somebody will call you back. Somebody will call you back. That's what they keep telling me.
And
then they're like, "Have you had any physical damage?" I was like, "Yeah, I might." I said the front of my refrigerator's, the water's leaking down the front, and then it's leaking in the cabinet, in the shelves on the inside. Water's leaking out of the freezer, and what prompted me to call was because I picked up a thing of medicine.
Oh, you need new
and
ice
it
maker.
fell through the bottom because the cardboard was all soaked. And it crashed to the ground and fell through. I even sent him pictures because I didn't think anything of that other than I was mad that happened. And then they're like, well, have you lost any medication over that? And I'm like, well, yeah, I have. And I took a picture of it, and they wanted me to send it to them. Send them the pictures of it.
Of what?
The medication that fell through the bottom of the cardboard box because it was soaked.
Oh.
And that didn't get me anywhere. They acted like, did you? Well, that might be a different.
She's talked to a half a dozen people.
Yeah. Section or whatever. You got to speak to them. And then they asked me yesterday. They asked me, has anybody been physically harmed? I said, whatever you want me to say. I said, the water's dripping onto the floor, so I might trip. I said I have to wipe up water. I said, so I might trip. I was just so fed up. I was like, I might slip and fall on that. Would you rather me? Which claim do you want me to claim? I said, do you want me to claim that I fell and hurt myself and you have to pay some medical bills? Or would you rather pay a couple $100 and fix my ice maker, because I didn't fall? So I don't fall. Which one? Well, we have to have a manager call you back. Okay.
It's a nightmare.
I've never been through anything like that.
They replaced the first one. The second time, they replaced it for free. And that was only last year. They replaced it for free because I read that someone said, Samsung will replace those for free because they're having such a bad problem with them. And they did. And I said, what happened to you replacing them for free? Oh, well, we changed that. Oh, okay.
It costing us too much money, so we decided we'll just let people sue us.
I said, but you can't just replace it for free with another one that's defective and expect me to have to pay for that. Well, they can't. They just... Well,
I have never been through anything like this because I have never bought anything new. Yeah. I've never bought a new thing in my life, I don't think.
Yeah, maybe.
I can't think of, besides like vegetables.
What?
Vegetables.
Or like, I don't know, like toys, Legos.
Are those vegetables new?
Like,
are you getting used vegetables?
I've never bought, maybe gosh, I've never bought any. Can you think of anything I've ever bought new? Like, I've never bought a new bed or a new mattress or a new couch or a new. I've never even bought a new chair. Like, I have never bought anything new in my life. Not a 4-wheeler or a dirt bike or
Or maybe one day, buddy.
I've never bought anything new.
And now, and one day, you'll finally be able to afford something new, and it will be such shit.
Shitty,
It'll
some
be a
shitty
piece of
Chinese.
shit.
It won't even be worth buying.
I mean, yeah, we've bought those
Go-kart.
go-karts.
That was a mistake.
Those stupid Chinese
Don't ever buy.
go-karts.
Oh, you bought a Chinese go-kart. Oh,
Don't you
yeah,
remember that
those
green one?
Yeah, those are the
Piece of
biggest
shit.
scams you can get.
Ran like 2 or 3 times.
They got them at Walmart now. They used to have more go-karts at Walmart, and I bet those were a lot better than the ones they got now, and a lot cheaper. They're like $1,600 price on them. I don't know. I guess that means fucking $3,000, $4,000.
And there's nowhere you got to be somebody that knows how to work on stuff because there's nowhere you can take those stupid things to get them fixed.
You can get them fixed for the price you paid to buy a
Yeah.
new one. Is about what you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's got a go-kart repair shop anymore.
Yeah, that's why I never. You always act like, why'd you never take anything to get fixed? Because you break it as fast as we get it fixed.
I don't think that was true.
Oh, man.
You know that's
One
true.
time, Brandon fixed up the mule, and he put a stereo system in it and pimped it out all, and then it was about a month or 2 later, it was on the fritz again because Tracy.
The thing's got a dirty carburetor, and my brother gave it away to somebody for free. He could have probably sold that, broke it with a dirty carb for about $3,000. And he gave it to his friend to try.
Look at him trying to blame Weston.
Yeah.
He gave that thing away to some kid for free.
You had like
'Cause it was
30
just
people on it,
sitting
and you
here.
ruined this. You broke the suspension.
That's when Brandon fixed it. He welded it back together.
This is lies.
He never put a stereo. I put a stereo system in it. You guys are you live in a false reality.
I'm pretty sure Brandon put
Yeah.
that radio in there.
I don't think
almost
put
fucking
I put a
positive.
radio. I put
Where
a
is
radio
Brandon?
in it.
Why isn't he in the chat? Where's Brandon?
He's dead.
What's happened to Brandon? We haven't seen him for a while, have we?
I know.
He was sick for. We were gonna do a bar show, and he was sick. Did we see him after that? Oh,
now
yeah, I
you
think
guys have no friends either.
We lost our last friend.
Yeah.
Last friend.
I don't
he
think
dead? Did
I
you
don't
say
think
he
me and Lauren have any friends anymore.
It's like we need to go up to Beefs or something and just have some beers with Brandon instead of just hanging out with the bar shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go find.
Some
Where do you
friends.
find friends in Webster?
We
not
found
at the
all
bar.
our friends with the kids playing sports.
Yeah, the kids playing sports is where we got all our friends.
I want to get the kids into jiu-jitsu, but I don't know. That sounds expensive to me.
Weston says, I gave nothing to anybody. I gave nothing to anybody.
Sounds about right.
It's like a Joe Biden comment. I have nothing to anybody. Got hairy legs.
I feel like he did give that to somebody.
He did. He gave it to his friend.
I think he
I
did.
forget his name, and I kept calling him repeatedly until he blocked my number, trying to get it back.
Really? Who?
Davin.
Oh, to give it to
Sounds
Davin?
like I don't. I think it sounds like the right name.
there's
Yeah,
some
that sounds about
Davin.
right.
Yeah, he gave it to him.
Huh.
Never came back.
Well, we told him he could.
Yeah, but all it needed was a carb.
Well, then why didn't you fix it?
Because I didn't live here at the time.
All right, well then quit bitching. All right, we'll take a break and we'll be right back with the Karen of the
Oh,
week.
yay.
In just a minute. Thanks for tuning into ClusterF.
Oh, geez, them drones are scaring me. Some say they come from the USA. Am I fucking stoned? Our government can't tell shit about drones. Oh! Go! Oh! Strange lights. Pentagon says they're not mine. Might be UAPs from under the sea.
I might get anal probe to drop my pants and spread my cheeks for them drones. Look out! Woo! It's the fake alien invasion! Woo! Woo! Here you go, noodle it, bitch! It's gonna noodle it even more. We're screwed. Them drones coming for you. They lie. Them drones in the night sky. They think we're jabrones, they're full of shit, they won't admit it's their drones. They're all getting hosed, it's all bullshit, they're playing tricks with them drones. Am I fucking stoned? Our government can't tell us shit about them drones.
Welcome back to ClusterF. Is this playing in the appropriate spot or did Manson hit the keyboard with his big penis? Sounds like a win-win. Oh god!
Cluster Fantastic.
You're listening to international radio superstars on ClusterF. Genuflection is in order.
Cluster Fantastico.
That was Dank Thoughts with Ned.
Wow.
It's time for Dank Thoughts with Ned.
I got really baked last night. And I went to Taco Bell. And I was thinking, what's a Taco Bell? Is there a bell in Mexico you ring when the tacos are done? And then I thought, if that's true, why don't we install a giant stereo system on the border? And every couple hours, you play the Taco Bell sound effect. And all the immigrants run back to Mexico. I guess that's where they get the slogan, run for the border. But then I Googled it and found out the owner of Taco Bell is named Glenn Bell. I guess I was way too stoned. I need a dozen Gorditos and another hit. Go.
That was Dank Thoughts with Ned.
Wow.
Bubba 98.7, Ned here.
That's back when you used to be a big-time voice guy for Ned's show, Trace. Woo! I had to play another bit. I had to get some of those ranch pretzels.
Those are pretty good.
Not bad, not bad. I could eat like a whole bag of those. Sean Raz, Karen of the Week coming up.
I gotta go to a different country in South America.
You gonna move?
I gotta do some ayahuasca or ibogaine. I need one of those treatments. I think real bad.
Just what do you need it for?
Purify
yourself. What do you need it for?
Well, for
stop drinking.
Yeah, ibogaine is CTE causes you to not be able to stop drinking once you start drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I kind of got a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And it's also, we joke about my CTE a lot, and I feel like I can almost feel it, like I think I definitely got it through playing football and my concussions. And
Dirt bikes.
soccer's really bad for it.
Yeah.
And football's really bad for it. Jet ski riding is surprisingly bad for it. Tubing behind jet skis is surprisingly bad for
You've
it.
done it all.
I've done a lot of all those things. I've been, knocked out twice. I've never been knocked out completely, but I've had my orbital bone fractured, and I've been knocked out 4 times to where I wasn't out, but I didn't know who I was for days. So I'm thinking I might have some CTE.
Is that supposed to help?
I don't know about ayahuasca, but I believe what was the other one? Ibogaine's supposed to help with that.
And you can only get that in South America.
It's not. They're working on making it legal in America.
No, they'll ruin it. They'll ruin it before they make it legal.
Ibogaine.
What is that? A drug or?
Yeah, I heard about it. Everybody makes fun of me, but I heard about it on Joe Rogan, and there's a huge guy talked about it for like 3 hours, and it is the only thing in the world proven to help meth addiction and every other type of addiction. It's supposed to be good for TBI and CTE. Traumatic brain injuries.
Can't hurt.
You know what? I feel like I need to go get me some of that.
Why wouldn't they have something that was good for that? To be legal.
Because they don't care about anybody.
That's why they make it illegal,
It's to prevent you from curing yourself.
Yeah. Snookman says, if I can stop drinking, anyone can. Day 109. Good for you, Snookman.
I went,
I need to quit.
Yeah, I think I should. I went 11 days and it wasn't really hard. I just ended up having a day where people were drinking. So,
Plus, Trace is the type that if he is trying not to drink. If something goes wrong,
she's made this up. I haven't had much go wrong.
But I can see that if something did,
I'd go on a bender.
No.
Yeah,
drown his sorrows.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to drink. I have, and I don't know.
I'm not doing dry January.
No, I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh God, of course it's a thing.
I thought
it's a thing. People, a lot of people do dry. I heard the guy on the disc jockey on the radio the other day. He's like, "Oh, my friend asked me if I was going to do dry January, and I do it every year, but I don't know about this." It's like people do it nowadays. It's just for attention.
Just for attention, so they can post it on. Look at me, I'm doing dry. They wouldn't do it if they couldn't post selfies of themselves and try to get attention, like a fucking attention whore that everybody's become.
If you drink and you like to take a month off for health reasons or whatever, you can do that without telling everybody.
Yeah, you can do.
I don't need to fucking. I don't need to fucking hear.
Everybody.
I'm doing dry January. I'm so
great.
sick of that shit.
Look how cool I am. I'm cool and hip.
You should be
I'm doing dry
embarrassed.
January. I'm cool
right?
and hip.
It's almost an embarrassing thing, I thought. But
well, you know what? I'm not doing dry January, and I'm going to continue my wet Januaries and my wet Februarys and my wet Marches.
Every time I stop drinking, it's just like, well, I'm at a party, or it's the Halloween party. It's not like I'm not gonna drink. What else are you gonna do? Sit in the corner like a fucking jobber?
You could get
smoke.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, one of these days I'll be just transition to that, smoking, quit drinking. I don't drink. I don't drink heavily though. I like to have a few beers. I don't get too wasted.
What about
anymore.
Ned though?
He's never gonna give it up.
Ned drinks. He's a drinker.
He's a drinker.
Man, I used to think, when I was a kid, I used to think Xanax are fun. I've tried them as an adult, not so fun. Like terrible. Like ruin your whole day. Like what? I can't. I guess I just had the ability to stay up and never get tired from them when I was a child. or not
A child?
Not, but like 18, 19
A
years
young
old.
adult.
A young adult.
I think it affects you differently too when you're younger. I don't know.
I guess so. I remember
I'm
taking like 2 full Xanax bars and like partying all night. I mean, I would just take that. I'd just roll up on the floor right here. And go to bed for like a week.
Just thinking of taking a Xanax is making me sleepy right now.
God, it's terrible.
To me, that would be the only thing it would be for.
I mean, and you're still tired like the next day. It like never wears off, and you just it's the worst feeling I've ever felt in my life. I don't know what I was thinking back in the day.
Yeah, I never got it. I never got why people took downers to have a good time. I never understood it.
Do you take downers to have a good time?
Not me.
And then you got to take uppers to wake up, or what? I don't know.
Yeah, but then you're a drug addict. Doing too many drugs at that point. Oh.
Are you nuts? Are you fucking nuts? What's your problem?
Yes, I'm nuts. Something's going on.
They're crazy.
Open the door, Austin. I can't see you.
Deranged.
I'm sorry.
Drunk.
Why can't I drink a beer?
And pissed off.
I said supervisor. No.
You hate them, but you love watching this shit go down.
Fucked up in the head, Karen. This is all in your mind.
You're a lousy bastard.
It's Sean Raz's Karen of the Week.
This woman tried to avoid the traffic lights and turned a simple warning into complete chaos.
No, I'm driving. You're parked on the sidewalk. Give yourself a ticket.
License and registration?
Give yourself a ticket.
License
I gotta
and
go take a
registration?
shit. I have a disability. You need to move.
License and
I can't
registration?
see. You're blocking my view.
What'd you say?
Her saying, I have a disability,
Yeah.
you need to move. What's that have to do with anything?
A bad excuse. The cop knows women don't poop.
License and registration, you're not free to leave. I'm not going to ask again, or you will go to jail for refusing to identify yourself. You understand?
You didn't pull me over.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't. You were driving. I was waiting to see if you were going through or not, and you're parked illegally. So give yourself. I need your sergeant.
License and
I need
registration?
your sergeant.
Everybody demanding the sergeant
God, I
and the
hate these
supervisor
people.
now.
Like,
I
where
hate
do they?
'em.
I just
And
don't
have
get
to,
where
is that
they.
a rule? You have to bring your sergeant out there?
The sergeant have to come out every time someone demands a sergeant. They seem to.
They seem to.
Gent. That's my right.
You're gonna
Supervisor, because I said
let's go ahead and stand back up. She's refusing to identify herself. She's about to be detained.
Yup. Let's try me. Let's try me.
License and registration?
Let's try me.
Yes,
I didn't do anything illegal. What are you pulling me over
you're
for?
avoiding.
Man, this is. There's no hope for the future. There's so many privileged people. You can't live in a society with this many idiotic, dumb, privileged
Fucking
people.
assholes.
It's I think it's we've completely got ourselves out of the food chain and the cycle of life, and survival of the fittest, and it's just a bunch of dumb people fucking.
Yeah.
And the dumbest of the dumbest fuck the most.
They do. They fuck
It's
the most.
supposed to be the smartest and the strongest and the biggest and the best fuck.
Yep.
And now it's just like the movie Idiocracy, it's the exact fucking opposite.
Took ourselves out of the food chain.
And where's that gonna take you?
Back,
I don't think
back in the day, it would be the biggest, strongest cavemen, and perhaps maybe the smartest cavemen who could figure out how to get away from things, and everybody else got eaten.
And the smart caveman would, kind of gravitate towards the smart cave woman so that they, because he couldn't talk to the other idiots, and they'd breed, and then you'd get smart people.
when you look at
supposed to
Unless
work.
the dumb cave woman had big jugs, and then you would go for her.
Yeah. But people reference Nikola Tesla and Einstein constantly. When it comes to science, I'm thinking ever since them, they might have been the peak around
it's all
there. I
downhill.
think we've been going, there's just because we have dumb cell phones that may, I guess Elon Musk is, sending some satellites, doing some new space technology that's pretty impressive. But the rest of us are just like, ooh, a smartphone.
Yeah.
When they call it a smartphone, really, it's an art out phone. Yeah, it just doesn't make us smarter. It makes us way dumber.
Yep. And this is what
I'll
you
come
get.
now.
And this is what you get right here.
The traffic signal by driving.
No, I'm not avoiding. I drop off my child. That's where I drop off my child. I park and drop her off. So get your facts right. What else?
And is this girl not even drunk?
Because I didn't.
No, see, this is a true Karen.
Yeah.
This is a
She
Karen.
just, ugh.
She's privileged and
Ugh.
irrational
I
and
hate her.
stupid.
Do anything illegal. I didn't do anything illegal. I'm waiting for your sergeant. I'm waiting for your sergeant.
You're under arrest.
No. Look, have me video this. That's brutality. Don't
Smash
touch me.
her
Get a woman
face to the
officer.
ground.
Get a woman officer.
Get it, one boy. She
Man,
knows.
she
She's
just
got it
thinks
all.
she's got it all. She's been watching
Where
a lot
do you
of Karen.
where do you get this though? Like what?
Information?
It doesn't seem like if you're this dumb of a person, you're watching police legality
I know,
videos
I
all
know.
day. Where do you?
I don't know. All these people.
They all ask the same thing, so they got to be watching the same shit.
I think they're watching Karens on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? All right. What's your name, Thomas? You have it covered.
My name is You can film all you want. Just do it from over there, all
Where am
right?
I here? No, you're. You don't have to stop recording. That's your right.
He didn't tell him to stop recording.
Nothing.
You have to-
Nothing. Absolutely
you have
nothing. Nothing.
You have to hear what an
Nothing.
officer says.
I don't give a.
You to stop.
You're hurting
You
me.
have to stop.
You have your twisted.
on the
I
sidewalk.
have one female detained.
Sergeant. Yeah.
She could have.
Put me out of breath.
Did she do something to you?
I asked for a driver's license.
Sergeant.
It's okay.
Stand over there,
Just
bud.
record.
You can
Just
stand over
record. Don't touch him. That's assault. You assaulted me. I'm gonna file assault.
Jesus
Don't
God.
push me. Don't push me.
Can't touch me.
That's assault.
I'm your sergeant.
That's
You're
assault.
not allowed to
That's
arrest
assault.
me, is
And you're
what
not gonna
people say
stop
now.
me from dropping
You
off
are
my
not
kids
allowed
safely.
to arrest me.
I'm not stopping you.
You are, and you're not letting my kids safely walk to school. And I saw you here yesterday, and I did document it too. Sure did. Exposed. You sure be exposed, Corporal Thomason. What is it? Why is it covered? What's your name and badge number? What's your badge number?
What's your name?
What's your badge number?
What is your
What's
name?
your badge number?
Are you refusing to give
Are
me
you
your name?
refusing your badge number? That's my right, and that's your job.
Well, we're gonna-
You're a
I'm
public
asking the
servant. You work for me.
I'm asking the
You're
question.
a public servant.
He's
You're
got
a
all the
public servant. What's your
cliches.
name?
Date of birth?
What's your name?
All right.
I
I'll
asked you
just
for your
say-
name when you first
God, I
started
hate
illegally
her.
arresting me.
You're under arrest.
It's all right.
For failing to
It's all
identify
right.
yourself.
It's gonna get.
Well, then shut up, bitch.
Imagine being married to this woman.
Oh, my
and how
God.
irrational, like trying to argue with her.
dropped, and you're gonna get fired.
If entitlement had a face, this would be it.
Kids, y'all have power trips here, and I'm done with it.
I just asked
I'm
you.
standing up for my rights. I have a right to drop off my kid here. Ain't never been an issue. I even pick up my kids here. I'm not avoiding a thing. This is what I do. I drop her off right there legally. Never been an issue until a pig comes and tells me otherwise. Ah, I need a sergeant. Yes, I asked him for one. He's refused. He just abused me.
She's not
assaulted
identifying
me.
herself.
He just battered me.
She's not identifying herself.
It's recorded. It's
And,
recorded.
I'll-
I need a sergeant.
And that's
He'll
about
be-
all I know.
And he's illegally detaining me. I didn't do nothing wrong. He was parked here. I didn't even pull over. I didn't do nothing. Why is he pushing me? That's assault.
Jesus
Why is he pushing me? That's assault. Is your camera recording? Turn it on. Turn on all your cameras. I want them all on. It's not red. It's not red.
God.
How do they? I don't know how they put up with that shit. I'd just
You have
be
anything on
fucking.
you?
No. What am I being arrested for?
I mean, that's what they got to deal with a lot. Like, I mean, a lot of people like this.
Yeah.
For failing to identify yourself.
What am I being pulled over for? You didn't even pull me over, officer. Tell him to tell me why. That's my right.
Sit in the car.
You'll all be held accountable if you don't enforce my rights.
Sit in the car.
Tell me why the he has me in handcuffs.
Because.
Ask him then.
Let it sit down for me.
Ask him then. It's all being recorded.
Hey, I told you to stay by the truck.
No, he's not. Stand on the sidewalk. It's public property.
Don't stand by your truck.
Stand
I'm
on
not
the
gonna ask you
sidewalk.
again. That's
No, you will not assault him. Don't let him touch you.
Put your feet inside
Get
the
their
car.
names and badge numbers.
You'll have
I
all
would
of
give
these
him.
recorded.
I'd tell that
care.
kid one more time.
Yeah, that kid's
Get
going
on the
down,
sidewalk,
too.
and then I would fucking arrest him too, just because of your cunt mom.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yep.
I'm waiting for the sergeant. Don't
put-
abuse me. Don't you
You're-
do it again.
Put your feet in the car.
Yeah, don't arrest the kid because of his mom. He's got to deal with enough.
Well, then he shouldn't be recording. I mean, he shouldn't keep.
He's afraid.
But his
going
mom's
towards
going to bitch him out when he gets home if he stops recording.
I'm gonna sue you. Cut it out! I'm waiting for your sergeant. You have no right.
Put your feet in the car.
Ooh, headbanger, no headbanger.
What are you doing? I need to talk to you.
I'll go with I think she'll headbang.
I hope they have to
I hope so.
tie her legs together.
Yeah, hog tire.
But ignoring me.
Well, that's why I'm opening the door.
What is he doing?
I'm not sure.
He doesn't have consent to search nothing.
He's not searching
He
anything.
better not.
Okay.
He shouldn't have even opened my
Say you got some in the car without saying you got some in the car.
No, I need medical attention.
You need medical?
Yes.
What's a
See, she's watching these videos
Yeah, she
because
said
that's the same shit they all.
She said
And they
everything.
know that if they say they need medical attention, they have to bring out, either take him to the hospital or bring out the EMTs.
Buys them a little more time.
And all they give a shit about is buying a little bit more time because if she's watching the videos, it's just
doesn't work out.
Just
Wasting
delaying the
time.
inevitable.
Did it on purpose.
Okay.
I need an ambulance now.
Okay. How old are you, ma'am?
I need an ambulance.
How old are you?
Old enough
Fuck you.
to know my rights and know what the y'all are doing is illegal. He just brutally hurt me. He assaulted me.
So your wrist is almost broken? That's
Yes, it hurts.
Okay. All right. I'll get someone over here, okay?
Here's niceness leaving the chat for a solid minute.
Yes, ma'am.
To give me his name and badge number. What's that
What would
name and badge number?
His name is Thompson. You're going to get all our names and badge numbers for...
Well, when I ask you for it, that's my legal right, and it's your job
you're
to do it.
screaming.
I don't
okay?
care. I'm pissed. I'm in a cop car.
I'm not hiding any...
I'm screaming. Keep
There you go.
ignoring me. Bring my
Why
son
does
over
he
here. I
keep
need to talk to
opening
him.
that door?
Okay.
Don't
Okay.
ID. Harvey! Harvey!
You already did.
Harvey!
Oh God!
Now you know why he's filming, Trace.
That's
You
illegal.
better be filming.
This is what you hear in her house, like
I'm screaming.
24/7.
Why do you keep opening the door?
I went back to hear a little more
Can
Harvey's.
you listen to me for a second?
Yeah.
Hey. We need a licensed driver for...
Don't.
Listen, you're not in trouble, but you don't get to do what you want. You can't avoid traffic signals by going through parking lots.
She parked right
Harvey
there,
seems
dropping
pretty
off my
chill
sister, literally right
for his what he's come from.
He's been beaten down since he was born.
here.
What does the cop say? You can't avoid traffic signals by going through parking lots. I don't know what that means. What's he?
Like, okay, so like you were gonna go right at the light, but instead there was a backup, so you went through the Circle K parking lot to. Go
I'm
right
thinking
to
this guy would have
Can't do
given
that.
her
I
a
do that
warning
all the
for
time.
whatever she did if she wasn't a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a big.
yeah, but for sure.
Out of traffic way, dropped her off right here where that sign is. Dropped her off right there, put her in park. She got out, walked with the cross guard, and then she continued to drive through. She didn't go around. She didn't try to avoid the stoplight. She pulled in safely for my little sister to pull out.
What's so she's not allowed to go to Cottonwood?
Do you want us to tow the vehicle?
I was gonna tow my vehicle. I shouldn't even be in this car.
Okay, well,
I'm being
we just
arrested
need a license.
illegally. This is
Ma'am,
illegal.
an ambulance is on the way, okay?
This is illegal. Where's the sergeant at?
Hey,
Hurry up, I need
it takes time to get here,
Open
okay?
this window. I need to know what the y'all are telling my kid.
Okay, just
No,
put
you
your feet
don't.
in, okay?
No,
She doesn't have a right to
Put your
know
feet
what
up.
they're
Open the
saying to
window.
his
Ma'am,
kid.
please put your feet in.
I'm not gonna do this with you. All right, now I need my knees.
You hear
Do you
that
know
one?
the U.S. What'd she say?
All right, now I need my knees checked.
Oh God.
Me too.
That's my sister's school. I don't know what they're talking
I
about.
know, but she's not allowed at Cottonwood. She trespassed from Cottonwood.
Is she on Cottonwood though?
No, I'm just asking you. Is she trespass? Is that
I
why
have
she
no
parks
clue.
over here?
No, she's been doing this since last year.
When I asked for your ID, that's the. You know what I mean? You're not free to go, bud. She escalated to this. Y'all had already been on your way.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't get how with your ID, she didn't do nothing wrong.
I asked because she drove through here. That's why. And I asked her for her ID and she refused. All right?
Hey, I don't know who you think you are, but you can't be driving like that. This is a school zone, okay?
This is a school zone, and it's 25 over here. I was doing 25. You have something that says that I wasn't?
Oh, God. Is this her husband?
Our husband's coming to catch a charge.
Yep.
He's coming to Karen it up, too.
Call my husband so he can get arrested, too.
Yeah.
My wife.
Okay, well, as soon as they're through, they'll let you know.
As soon as they're through? Who do I need to speak to?
Our sergeant's here.
Okay, let's get Carver. Is it Carver?
No.
Okay, because Carver's the shithead I need to speak to.
Carver's a shithead, too. Sounds like they know the cop's
He's on
name.
duty right now.
I don't care. He assaulted me.
He's allowed to do that.
No,
He's a
he's
police
not.
officer.
I'm not doing anything illegal. He's parked on the sidewalk. Where's his ticket?
He's on duty.
I don't give a shit. You still have to follow the same laws we do. Yes, you do.
No, that's a
What's your name and badge
emergency
number?
vehicle.
I don't care. He's not an emergency.
Sergeant language. Okay.
Slam that fucking door in her face.
Oh, my God. They put up with all this shit.
She
now.
says, I'm not yelling, I talk like this.
Yeah.
I scream
Oh,
constantly.
God. I think you're right. She's right.
Yeah.
God bless her husband.
What was he arrested for?
Yeah, no, that was called for. That was the only
Yeah.
time I've ever been like, that was called for.
Ow, if I shouldn't have even been stopped. What's the
you have a
original?
lawful reason to
What led to that? What was the
God.
first
A
original
traffic
reason?
offense that
For
you're
what?
skipping the
I
signal.
was not. I
All
dropped
you had
off my child right there.
And that's all you had to do was explain.
That's what I told him. He
And
said,
show
I don't
your
care.
ID.
He
Does had a
told,
reason to
look at the
stop you for
video.
that
No,
reason?
he didn't.
Okay, we're done here.
What do I do?
Be closer. They don't have no right to keep you away. You're not a threat. Why aren't you doing? May I ask a question? Why aren't you gentlemen allowed to check her? She's asking for services. You already checked her that fast?
Yes, because that's what hurts my wrist. You need to take the handcuffs off, sir.
She has.
They have to check my arms because you abused me.
Can you check her wrist without taking
How much of this goes on? Jesus Christ.
Look how many cops have to show up for this
Cops,
bullshit.
EMTs.
For one fucking stupid bitch.
10 guys showing up for this shit.
I know, but they're not letting me take them off. This guy's over here blocking a sidewalk that my children walk on to get to school and talk about because he's an officer of the law. He can break the law.
Yeah, how many
Y'all have
times are you
to
going to
follow
say
the
that?
Oh, my God.
same laws we do. And you cannot park on the sidewalk, much less in the school zone.
2-5 with the RP, or she stepped out anywhere?
I saw him here yesterday, and I have it documented too.
She was trying to cause problems yesterday, and they didn't catch
You
on
better
to
find
it.
another job because you put yourself involved in what they're doing
Oh, yeah.
to me.
They're all going to
When
get
I
him
asked for a
fired,
woman
every one of
officer,
them.
why was I not given one? Why was he allowed
I would
to
have arrested her
continue
husband,
to act
too,
like that?
just because
Yeah,
of
for
her.
being a
Because he
dick.
came up there being a dick.
Force like that on me?
We don't have a woman officer on duty.
I mean, I'm pretty sure cops have to do a lot to get in trouble. You know, from what I've seen, you know, you get like a week's paid vacation if they
Yeah.
do something real bad.
Yeah.
My legal right to go home and take a I have a medical condition where it
course you
doesn't
do.
allow me to control my bowels. And I told him that. He didn't give a
Jesus.
I'm sure she's got
and
a
he still
medical
told me, let me see your ID.
She probably got
He
it
told me,
several.
don't come through here no more. I said, I will, because this is my route to drop off my kid.
There you go.
I drop her off in the lot, where it's safer for her, not in the street. How is that illegal? What statute did I violate? I want to know what statute I violated. If not, y'all need to release me.
That car sounds like
You can't hold me
mine.
for concealing identity
Yeah, I
if
need
didn't
some
violate
wheel
the
bearings.
statute first.
Trace?
I'll hook you up.
Starting to get real.
I don't want you to abuse me again. I'm still recording. You want to drag me out? You want to hurt me again? You want to push my arm?
Is she a nice Christian? Is that why she got a big cross on her
Yeah,
back?
I'm sure. I'm
Good
sure.
Christian.
That was brutal. And you
Typical.
touched my Don't touch me. I can walk. Don't touch me. I already filed sexual assault charges on you. You touched my
I already filed sexual assault charges on her.
When did she do that?
It was hard to do with your hands tied behind your back.
Don't touch me. Tell him not to touch me. What's your name and badge number? Turn on your camera.
It is.
Jesus.
Why don't they just say shut up? Are they not allowed to say shut up, bitch?
Shut the fuck
Shut
up.
up, man. That's the patience. to deal with this shit.
Who has to
Let
deal
me
with
go.
this
I don't
woman
like
on a
you.
daily
You're
basis?
rude and ugly, and you already abused me.
Listen, have a seat right here.
Let go of me.
Have a seat right here.
Let go. You have a power trip problem. Don't touch me
She
again.
has a power trip problem.
That's assault, and I want to file charges on you. I don't care if you're a cop. Tell him to get away from me then. Now, he's the only one I have a problem with. You're the only one that yells. He's the only one I have a problem with. He just grabbed my arm. You don't know what's going on. Tell him.
I do, but I don't know what's
No, you
going
don't.
on. But I have children in this department, and you don't need to be acting like that. Ugly.
Everything's being
What
recorded.
am I being charged with?
Resisting, obstructing, and then turning to the parking lot. The reason why
What's
he
the
checked out with
statute?
you. The statute is 12.6, 5.1C, or E.
What's it called? What's the title?
Using a parking lot to avoid a traffic signal.
But that's not what I did. I told him that. I drop off my child there every morning because it's safer than not dropping him
That's
off
why
on
he
the
checked out
sidewalk.
with you. You asked a question, I answered it.
I know, but I
And as a
told
matter of
him.
fact, me and him actually went over that this morning. We reviewed that
What's the
ordinance.
report number?
We reviewed that ordinance this
What's
morning.
the report number?
What report?
This report.
This report?
Yeah.
I'll get it to you in a minute. I don't know the call
Because I'm
number.
going to be requesting all of this footage.
Okay,
Yeah.
you want to come with me, please?
And these people have to deal with her too.
Yeah.
Give us just a minute and we'll get you in there.
I've been needing to poop. I have a medical
Give me
condition.
just a minute.
I'm going to shit my
I'm gonna have a female go in there. You're under arrest.
I know,
I
but I'm going to
feel ya.
shit
Have
myself.
a seat just a second so I can get somebody to
How's
go in
she
there
like
with you.
that on-
What I'm trying to
Oh,
explain
you
to you.
gotta go with her?
Then that's on you.
No, I'm
I
trying to
already
get somebody to
told
go in there with you.
Almost an
Listen to
hour
me.
ago
I'm
that
trying
I
to
was
get some,
trying to get
You want to
home.
argue with me and continue to argue while I'm trying to do this
I'm not
for you.
arguing with
Yeah, you are.
I'm talking.
She has taken talking to a whole new level.
I don't know you, so I can talk to you professionally. What is your first name?
Oh, now you want to be nice.
No, I haven't
You were
been
just
rude.
being rude
I
saying that
haven't
I was
been rude.
arguing with you. And
trying
when
to
I
get
told
that-
you
you asked me to
that
do
I'm
something.
wrongfully
I bet
being
she doesn't even
arrested,
feel like
you
a
don't
fucking
wanna-
idiot
Poop
of this
your
all over
pants.
YouTube.
Poop your pants.
Telling people she's gonna poop herself, and
No, to
what a
this day, she thinks she's 100%
Yeah.
in the right. I guarantee it.
Listen to me, and you're
We had a
supposed
reason
to
to stop
enforce
you.
my rights, and they're violating my rights, officer.
We
I
had a
went and
reason to
dropped
be-
off
see,
my
listen to me.
child.
I'm trying to explain
I'm not
something
done
to you as
talking.
well.
I went and dropped off my
She'll
child.
never be done
Where I
talking.
drop
Never
off
be
every
done talking.
morning. And my
Then you've
son
been breaking
even
the law
told-
every morning
no,
if you do that every morning.
No.
Yes.
No, I'm not, because I'm not avoiding a light, and that's what you keep saying. I'm not avoiding a light.
Okay, that's to argue in court. If
No,
you think
it's
you
for me
aren't-
to tell you that you're
No.
wrong, because
and
then
when
you'll
we
be held
have a lawful
accountable
reason, no, when we
for
have a lawful
breaking
reason
my
to stop you.
rights.
When we have a lawful reason to stop you,
That wasn't
and then you
lawful.
conceal your name.
He didn't
you're
stop
rece-
me.
You're
He
concealing.
didn't stop me.
And now you have
He walked
Ario
up to my
concealing.
vehicle while
and
he's
that.
That's
parked on the
stopping
sidewalk.
you.
And because I told him
We're
he
in
shouldn't
emergency
be parked,
vehicles. We can move
you
our vehicles.
still have
Yes.
to follow the laws.
We have an
My
emergency
children
vehicle.
walk that sidewalk, and I don't.
Tell this bitch to shut up. She's saying the same shit over and
she's
over.
like a drunk.
Yep.
Obviously
you're
not because you
blocking
take them to school.
Because I'm fighting the fact
Tell
that
her
it's
to
unsafe
shut
for
up.
them
I
right
don't
now.
understand.
Argue with you. Listen to me. Here's what's going to
I'm not
happen.
arguing
I'm
with
going to
you.
put the handcuffs in front of you. You're not going to be unhandcuffed. I'm going to remove them and put them to the front of you. You're going to stay handcuffed.
How's
That's
she gonna
fine.
wipe
I'll be
her
right back
ass?
out, and then you'll be held accountable for violating my rights too. All of you.
How am I
will.
violating your rights?
Because
By
I
putting-
shouldn't be here,
Well,
and I called
She
you
keeps trying to argue like she's rational.
I know. It's like, why are you talking to her?
to enforce my
you ready to
rights, and you're
Stand up
violating
for me.
them too.
Stand up for me.
You're violating my rights, and you'll be held accountable too, Corporal.
I'm a sergeant. Thank you.
Sergeant, officer. See what he did? I told him to loosen him.
I'm going to put this one. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on.
Show in the
hang on.
camera.
Hang on. Hang on.
This is the wrist he forcefully
That's natural.
folded up.
That's natural to
I'm
look
not
like
talking
that.
to you. I'm talking to the camera.
Okay. I'm just telling you that that's natural.
It's natural that they're that tight to leave me marks? No, that's not natural.
When you,
That's not natural. This is
you're in
natural.
an unnatural position.
This is natural.
No, this is not natural.
Whatever.
So I brought a female. She's going to search your
Hold on, ma'am. Yeah, I asked for a female way long ago when
She
he
wasn't on duty
arrested
at the
me.
time.
When he arrested me, he touched my butt. Yes. He sexually assaulted me. We're gonna go in here, and what I'm gonna do is, I'm Corporal Ash, and I'm going to search.
She have to go in the bathroom and watch her poop.
I don't know. I think she's searching her.
I really want to surprise him on our wedding day, and he has no idea that I'm getting this done.
New teeth.
Yes, can I please talk to you? Because they are totally sexist and ugly to me. I am being illegally arrested. This officer I documented yesterday Thomason or Thomas, whatever.
Oh
he didn't
my
wanna
God, she gonna tell
identify
her the
himself.
whole story
story
now?
again.
I
It's
tried to
parked
look
on the
like his,
sidewalk.
And I got
radio,
to
'cause I was
poo.
over it.
Don't do that.
I was trying to see the name because he wouldn't answer me.
No. Do not ever touch an officer.
I didn't touch him.
But
I touched
listen,
the radio.
That's still touching the officer. Don't touch anything.
But I was just trying to find his
listen,
name.
Listen to
It
me.
shouldn't be
Listen.
covered.
No, listen
Oh,
to
she
me.
can touch
Do
them, but
not
they
do
can't
that.
touch
You
her.
can call
Yeah.
later to the police department and you can ask for the officers' names that was on that call.
But he's supposed to give me his name.
Okay, I understand, but if it doesn't happen, do not touch nobody. Okay,
I understand. I was trying to talk to him, and know his name, and
If they don't do it, then just
Hold
be
him
like,
accountable a
okay.
different
Just be
way.
like, okay.
Okay.
Do not just don't do what they say. I mean, if it's
How soon is she gonna start turning into a Karen with this?
Yeah, she's trying to be nice.
lawful,
He's pretending.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back. Get out the car.
But it wasn't lawful because I didn't violate the
But
I didn't violate a law.
But listen to me. You don't know why that officer came over. You don't know why that. Let the officer explain. Don't just immediately jump to, oh, it's not legal. It's not legal. Don't do that. You understand?
Well, I was driving. Let me finish explaining.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
I had my oldest with me.
If you get the ticket, you can always fight it in court.
But
It's
why
better
should I
than
have?
being-
I'm disabled. Look, I have a bad disability. I wake up sick like every freaking day. My ass is bleeding right now from my stomach
ass is
disability.
bleeding. She's
And
a fucking
let
liar.
me go to the restroom. And this lady comes and brings me, and it takes me longer to shit because my stomach's in knots. I have a legit medical
poor
problem. I'm
thing.
trying to get home to take a shit
But
right
listen,
now.
But listen, this is the thing. In order to avoid all this,
Shouldn't
how
have been a
hard is
cunt.
it to just give your driver's license and registration?
But how hard is it for him to be a little more of a peace officer? More peaceful when he approaches.
Why
a
would it
civilian.
have to be?
More
Oh,
peaceful.
that's
He
how
doesn't
these
know what
people
I'm
are.
going through in my
You
life.
have to
And
act
he
a
doesn't
certain
know
way to
that
me, but I
can
don't
act.
have to act that way to you. I can act whatever fucking way I want to you, but you should act so much better to me. It's like, fuck you.
She still thinks that
bitch.
way too.
Yeah.
Take the shit, but he doesn't know that it's coming out my butt. But when I tell
She's so
him
gross.
he's just on a power trip, that's not right.
just
But
what it
this
is.
And you're a pig.
And this when he left the cuffs really freaking tight for like 30 minutes. Bruising already. And I asked him to loosen it, and he refused because he's on a power
Tail's
trip.
not fun.
Don't bite your tongue. You defend yourself.
Okay, I understand, don't bite your tongue, but there is a way to not bite your tongue and to still stay in your place. There's still a way to do it.
The woman
she go
actually
poop?
bonded with
I
the
don't know what
female
you're talking
officer and spent about 30 minutes talking about the
Ugh.
previous cases against her.
Previous
Previous
cases.
cases.
Parent who's upset. I said, if y'all don't acknowledge us at the door and we're there to get our kids, that's illegal, you know.
Oh, so all she does is go around
Oh my
telling
God.
people they're doing illegal stuff against her.
She's a
God,
lawyer Karen.
go
She thinks she
away.
knows everything.
against our will when we're there to pick
So
them
she
up
is
and release
dropping
to
her
us.
off
They're their
at
parent.
a different place because she gets in fights with all the parents and probably the school
She
everywhere
probably was
she goes.
trespassed from that place.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or their guardian. And she was like, I don't know, ma'am, but I'll look into it. And I was like, I think you do need to look into it because then you're going to have a lot of upset parents there, not just me.
Yeah.
What did that turn into? An officer at my house talking about, oh, Miss John said that you threatened her, that you were going to gather parents to go jump her at the school.
Oh, she probably did.
probably
I,
did.
I mean,
you
now
know,
we
at this
know.
point, I believe it.
Yes, now we know that she did.
He just took a poo.
I'd like to know. I'd like to know the comments on this video.
He's showing off pooing.
I don't even have a criminal background. What are you talking about?
You use
I
have a right to remain silent. Use the phone.
I wish
From
she would
now
take that
on,
right.
Use the phone. And
Yeah, but he had me in the cop car that time. I had no access to anything. He had me held at my own free will, arrested in his car.
That's what arrested
for
is,
false
lady.
arrest.
Held
Forcing me
against
to
your
court
own free
because They
will.
had nothing to stand on. I always answer their questions. They ask me for an idea, I give it to them. But when I feel like my rights are being trampled over, I have a right to not identify when I feel like it's not a law.
Still hiding my yawns.
and then make the call to the police.
I'm against that. There's nothing you can tell me. I'm against that. I'm all for enforcing my rights and not being in that bad thing.
The most
Me and you
annoying.
gonna have a conversation after this is over. Ash. We're gonna have a conversation. Like I said, we can meet up at the station or we can like.
I'm thinking that this lady cop
Yeah.
is an idiot.
Yeah, she can't see that this.
They're going to
woman-
become
Yeah.
besties.
Yeah, that's what I see.
Yeah.
She's like a. Ugh.
She thinks she's going to talk sense to this
Mm-hmm.
this idiot.
Yeah, and she's has some sympathy for her. It's like you're an idiot.
I'm always there.
Just because you're a cop
She wants to
doesn't
go have
mean you're not
lunch.
an
She wants to
idiot,
go have
so.
lunch with her.
Yeah.
The fuck.
There's something wrong with her.
I love that. That's my favorite. I should be like a part owner because I'm always there. I am every
Look at it. The cops are going, man,
They're
what's
going to
up
drive
with
off
that?
together.
We'll
They're going to have lunch.
Hi, friend. Have a good day.
You know everybody.
I do know everybody. I told you I worked at Rent Center for 9 years. Oh, but this is my second home with my disability.
Listen to her now. She's all
Here, man. I should have
completely different
What the fuck is?
and not acting like she has to poop.
on the side room. Dang. I hate it though.
All right, Miss Luz.
Were you gonna be at the station?
Luz.
I'm going to be at the station.
She's coming back to give her a hug.
On my ass. Ooh. Can you stick that rock on? That one was good. Okay. I was like, wait a minute.
What's going on?
She's a lunatic, man.
She's a lunatic, and this cop does not need to be a cop because she's a lunatic too. If she wants to go hang out
Maybe
with
she's
this
just,
lady,
yeah, she's just, making the situation
we'll
easier.
see. We'll see
Yeah.
what she says
Yeah.
when she's gone.
All y'all can do. But you see how I randomly have to go to the restroom?
Yes.
Like, I'll be fine,
Good
and then
for
I'm like,
you.
oh, I gotta go again.
Me
I'll just
too.
let them know as well, so that they kind of be aware to try to get you where you like if you have to go. They're kind of.
I
I know
mean,
they treat
let's
people
not
like
bow
animals. I've been
down to this lady.
Yep, there are.
there ones before wrongfully, and they had me
Slam the
strapped
door in
to
her
the bed.
face.
And I had to use the bathroom, and they refused to let me go.
I'll let them know.
Yeah, because I don't think they'll
Because it's on my record now, my medical record.
Yeah, I'll let them know so they're aware because I'm sure they don't want to have.
To clean my shit?
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't.
She's so gross.
I'm very
As long as they're fully aware, I'm sure they'll.
God, what a
Look
loser.
at her, man. She's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I finished that water too fast.
I was like, I don't know where your shake's at. So I got there today. I was like, I know these people from somewhere. I just don't know.
My kid has been fucking always with the law.
Because I didn't recognize you at first until your son got out, and Xavier, I was like, he's familiar. I know him from somewhere.
She was charged with
that whole last part was
So
about.
that guy knows her too from somewhere?
resisting arrest, concealing identity, and traffic violation. YouTube thinks you'll love the video on screen.
Yeah. God, I don't know how you're a cop today.
God, so much.
So annoying.
So many things you had to do and not do, and
deal with people
No,
telling you
thanks.
you're not allowed to arrest me. You can arrest me, but you're not allowed to touch me.
You can't touch me. You can't touch me. Don't touch me.
Oh man, bipolar. Yeah, she seemed bipolar.
I found a video. I found a video of Bella Trace.
oh gosh.
This is not gonna work. This is not gonna work.
Let's get crazy for New Year's!
Yep, that's her.
Let's get crazy for New Year's! Who wants to get crazy for New Year's? Who wants to get crazy for New Year's?
Gosh, it's only funny because it's Bella.
Exactly. It's only funny because it's
And
Bella.
this is staged, but this is
yeah.
not. This is exactly what Bella would do for real.
That's why it's funny. Now you know what Bella's gonna be like as she grows up because they're doing one every year.
Who wants to get crazy for New Year's?
That's enough of that.
She does do that kind of thing.
That's the only reason I thought it was funny. It's not funny at all. But
So-
I can so see Bella do it, especially the first one. This is Like out of the blue, she would really do this.
Yeah. I mean, she's very violent too.
And she goes, I thought it was as a joke.
Every time she gets in trouble, I'm just trying to be funny. Just being funny.
Oh, she's sassy.
God, there's too much sass.
Sassy little girl. You're in trouble, buddy. With those two. Be interesting to see because they get along so good now.
So weird.
And when as they get older, will they still get along so good?
I don't know.
It should be interesting.
God, you do good impersonations.
We got one. I got one of these. We got one of these again, babe. Granny wakes up. Oops, gotta go to the top. Granny wakes up with Italian accent.
Oh boy. Jeez.
Despite having never been to Italy or studied the language. She had a stroke. Said she had a stroke, and she woke up and she couldn't talk, and then she eventually regained her ability to talk, and now finds herself unconsciously speaking with an Italian accent.
Okay, so
an accent,
and
right.
wait, baby, don't jump to conclusion. And using phrases like "Mamma Mia,"
Mamma Mia, that's a spicy meatball.
and "Bambino." So it's got to be real. How would she have known these words?
Oh
Mamma Mia.
So
I don't know if it's I don't know if it's like bullshit. Like either way is just as little minorly impressive.
That is impossible.
She got hit in the head and says
right?
"Mamma Mia."
I mean, everybody knows that's impossible. You can't speak a different language without knowing a different language.
Well,
just by being in a coma.
Well, she's not speaking a different language.
Oh.
She says "Mamma Mia."
That's all.
And Bambino. Yeah, she knows.
I thought you said she woke up speaking Italian.
That's what they said. And that's the Italian phrases are "Mamma Mia," "Bambino," and "Si."
I saw this in a documentary. Okay. I'm not sure if it's true. It kind of, it didn't even have Eminem in it, but it was a documentary on Eminem.
Yeah.
Apparently, some kid beat him up so bad in a bathroom that he had to relearn to talk, and that possibly made him the greatest rapper ever. A hit in the head made him.
I don't know.
Made him. I made that up. I didn't make that story like that. He got hit in the head and had to, relearn when he was like 8 or 10.
So you're saying,
and I'm thinking
that's what
maybe that did something to him to make him.
You never know. It said that
what did your
the
head
woman,
injuries make you?
Art out.
Yeah, art out. She's 63 and she's waiting a formal diagnosis for what doctors believe may be foreign accent syndrome. I don't buy that. I just don't buy it.
Yeah.
These people talking in foreign accents.
The Mamma Mia.
They wake up. Yeah. I think they do it for attention. Total weirdos.
Gosh, man, I'm so blown away, man. Like I've just recently decided what I wanted to go to college for. I just missed it by fucking 10, 15 years.
What?
I don't know. Some type of something interesting. Archaeology.
That's a lot of science.
That's
classes
a lot of science classes, but I'm very interested in that now.
The only problem with that is that they would make you do papers.
Never mind.
And that's what when you're out. See, immediately he's out. I'm out.
It's a
astrology.
Why can't there be any kind of schooling and where you don't have to do papers on stuff? You just take tests. What do you have to do a paper for? If you can pass a test, if you're interested and they teach you science stuff and you can pass a test, what do you have to write a paper for?
I had
justify their salary.
I had a reading class when I was 17, I think, and it was a bunch of kids that weren't that good at reading, and they made a special high school reading class, and all we did was sit around and read books. Like everybody just got an A, and it was just we'd read a book and you'd read 10 pages, the next person read 10 pages, the next person read 10 pages. And that was the most helpful class I ever took in my life. Like, why wouldn't they teach? Why wouldn't that be more of what a reading class is?
Why was it helpful?
Just part of it.
Because you had to read the 10 pages
out loud to the class,
Mm-hmm.
and part of the reason why I was so bad at reading because it made me nervous. Reading in front of other people.
I was gonna say
and so like after a week, I got completely comfortable reading,
Mm-hmm.
and then after a couple weeks, I got better at reading. And it seemed like everybody in the class did, but that's like that's not like a thing they do, and it's like, why wouldn't that be?
Because they don't
how they teach you to read.
They're not trying to. It's not trying to make it better. Every year they got new curriculum, and it's just to justify their jobs. They're
Tampa
not really
girl says, hello from your fellow anthropology major with a non-related desk job. Yep. And that got held by the moderators for your fellow. They highlight what's being held.
For what?
Your fellow.
Your fellow.
She says, hello from your fellow. Your fellow is what.
What's wrong with that?
So I'm going to click allow and see if it allows.
Yeah, allow.
Okay. Allow.
eLab says was
And
working at a
it's
grocery.
not there.
It's not there.
No.
So it's not.
Everything I allow just goes away. I don't.
eLab says was working in a grocery store years ago. One of the my coworkers had a master's in archaeology and couldn't find a job.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that not as much as like Beef O'Brady's and stuff. Like a lot of them didn't have college degrees, but a lot of the servers and waitresses at Bonefish had 4 and 6 and 8 year degrees.
Yeah,
and they never left Bonefish.
That's the
So
way.
they say. Berlin was saying she's like my classes are seem a little harder this semester.
Mm-hmm.
She said, but one of them is like she's taking a cardiology class.
Yeah.
Cardiology, and she said a lot of people in this class we were all like, oh, I can't understand what this professor's talking about, And she said that they have like a group chat for veterinary, all the people in vet school and stuff and former ones. And she said someone had posted about that class and said, this is helpful if you need help in this class. She said, and she watched it. It was a YouTube video, and it was a regular medical doctor, but they're learning the same stuff. And it was a medical doctor explaining it. She said, I watched it and I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. She's like, it's just, I said, some people just don't know how to teach. So her professor, she said, I learned more watching that 20-minute video on what the professor was trying to teach us. The whole class for an hour and a half learned nothing. And I learned it all from watching this 20-minute video of somebody that actually can explain it correctly to you.
Yeah.
Some people can't. Yeah.
Gosh,
I don't know how they become college professors.
And that's a problem in our universities. I've had several people say that kind of thing, and it puts people behind and it ruins your GPA. She had a class at USF. I said before that it, kind of messed up her GPA because she couldn't. It was like the teacher was there half the time, and when the teacher was, they didn't explain things right. And she had to take the class over again, and she's like, I had an actual professor that knew how to teach that, and she aced the class. Bullshit.
I thought, I wasn't really considering going to college. Like, it's not like something I'm ever gonna consider doing.
Yeah.
But just thinking about it, I was like, man, it'd be cool if I would have went to school for this. And then I had to go to like an hour meeting at my daughter's school at the and I was like, oh my God, note to self, never do anything school related ever, ever, ever. Like 1 hour of having to listen to these teachers talk about their curriculum and what I was just like, when's it gonna be fucking? Oh my God!
You would have hated
torture
going to lectures at school. All right, we done for the day.
Ink Spike says, I just wanted to see if your fellow got through. Looks like it did. He could say get your fellow, but the other one, it held it.
I don't make no sense.
Maybe because you've allowed it. I don't know.
No, I didn't allow it till after it was held.
Lord knows what the.
Yeah.
I don't know what to
All
tell
right,
you.
we're done for the day. We'll see you tomorrow morning for more ClusterF.
It's 11 already?
Yep.
Shoosh.
8 o'clock. Good show, guys.
Alrighty.
Thanks.
Might rain later.
Yeah, a couple hours it might be
in the
raining.
Afternoon.
Nice.
Ugh.
Should we get take a nap?
Cold.
All right, everybody have a good one. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
See you